point people go, oh, 12 people are watching. I don't think that that's good.
We need to
For
show
the-
advertisers that the radio is stronger than the video.
Oh, is that what it is?
So wait a minute. You're not picking what's going up there?
No, I'm talking about this live thing.
No, I know, but when it comes
No,
to social
no.
media posts,
No, I've allowed others to do that for me.
George
oh,
does
that's
it.
scary.
That's- it is scary.
George and I have a little
And
team.
I
don't know
know
about
that
that.
George loves like the hard politics, which
Jared
to me
picks the videos. I just put them up.
Listen, don't get defensive. I've never seen one, so I have no. It's not like I know what you've put up. I have no idea.
Never a fun
This is
clip
just
of Autumn
paranoid.
ever being funny, ever.
Is there ever a fun clip of Autumn ever being funny?
When is
Ever?
Autumn? When is Autumn funny?
Oh well, that's it. Yeah,
when she does her Nancy Pelosi voice.
yeah.
I do.
Has her Nancy Pelosi voice ever?
This,
been-
now we got the
Boy.
video for today.
See, now I have to. Now and then once we put these videos out, then how many? What, like 35 people
Also,
watch it?
the big request with Autumn is
40.
anytime we pull these videos, Autumn is like, everyone's like, why ain't Autumn on camera? Why ain't Autumn on camera?
I
she
don't
is.
like it.
She is on camera. When
No, she's not.
Oh no,
Not
you're not.
anymore.
Ever? You're never.
It's like,
well,
I didn't
listen.
even know. Oh, wait, what? No?
I can't come down.
She used to be up there to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't come
And that
down.
looks like you, Jared, and Tim. Yeah, I don't
Tim's
see
barely
Autumn.
in there. I
And
don't
he's-
even know what that is. You know.
I'm not allowed to touch the camera.
Mm.
Hi, everybody.
I just feel like I don't know. I do better when I'm.
We need
the eye candy, feeling
Autumn.
seen.
Well, I
Need the
can't.
It's a good point.
I
That's a good
can't
point.
yell
This
at you about
gentleman's
it
right.
because I'm arguing to have the whole thing turned off while we're
Yeah,
on.
and also the fact that it's like, oh, I'm missing 12 people. I'm sorry to those 12 people.
We just don't. We don't put the like. I don't. If this is going to take off, it's got to be that WSB decides for it to take off. I'm not doing that thing that people usually do, which is I'm the host of the show and we're going to have a YouTube presence and we're going to be here and I'm not. No, I do the radio show. I go home. I have a coffin in the basement. I lay down in it. My wife closes me down, and the next day I get up. I get out of the coffin and I go do another show. So
Is the coffin next to the where I was today, down there in the Clark Howard studios?
no, it's in my basement at home. Is there a coffin?
That's where I sleep.
that's Clark Howard's bed when
It
he's
is
in town.
interesting down there. They have one of those really nice water purifying machines.
Yes.
that
Are you
is-
talking about the break room up there?
no, the downstairs one
oh,
near the Clark Howard studio.
right. Yeah, that's not downstairs. That's
I'm sorry.
To
You're right.
me,
it
that's
is up-
upstairs.
it's
We're in the
right.
basement.
No, it is upstairs.
yeah.
You're right.
It's
it is
on
upstairs.
basically the first floor.
This building is a lot like it's a multi-dimensional building.
Yes, it is. It's a very large footprint.
It's kind of like Inception. We don't know what
Yes.
floor we're on.
Yes.
But anyway, it's a wonderful filtration system. The only issue is that there's no water that goes to it.
well, listen.
Really?
It does in the other dimension.
Yeah, there's a.
So I thought, well, maybe I'll just go outside because there's an old school water fountain, kind of like at an elementary school,
yeah.
right out there. Kind of well, I'll just lean over, get some actual water. That no longer has water either.
Really?
So you're worried about your couple social media posts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about just getting water to the building.
Well, look, how well can we do on the air if we're all dehydrated? I think it's a very yes.
Yeah,
You
I
brought
will
your
say,
own water.
I did go to the little corner store for the
Yes.
first time ever to get lunch here.
Oh, the Robot Cafe.
And it is so good. I had an Uncrustable for lunch.
Oh, that's
What are you,
know
10?
what?
Which, by the way, you look. This is a tiny little thing, the Uncrustable, and it's like 700 calories. It's
Yeah,
like 4
yeah.
bites, but it was a wonderful lunch.
Also,
and I did buy some water in a bottle.
Are you a commie?
What is that? I'm sorry. What's that mean?
Sandwiches are supposed to have edges.
Oh, well,
In America,
anything
I don't know
like
what kind of.
peanut butter and jelly, half frozen.
Was that peanut butter? Was it jelly? Was it a sandwich?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What
whatever
exactly-
factory it was made, it was just.
RFK Jr. Do you like him eating the Uncrustables for heaven's
I
sake?
did think it was a highly processed lunch.
Wes Moss because he's rich. But you got to make better choices when you eat. And I would say that you get Wonder Bread and make peanut butter and jelly, then get like a circle and whatever
Yeah, I
bread.
thought you didn't like that kind of bread.
Well, anything unenriched. And then take like a cup and put it over, and then the crust you can give to the birds.
Robert, can you please put your shirt on? Can you
The
please?
Ravens.
You're freaking
No,
me out.
I-
to the
Can you
Ravens.
please?
Do you like my pecs?
No, please put your shirt on, please.
I'm gonna go let Kid Rock rub oil on it.
No, please.
Hey, are those Kid Rock's feet dangling off the edge of your bed?
Not that you know of.
All right, Wes Moss is here, not just to let us know that we are woefully inadequate with our water supplies here at WSB, but also to talk about.
It's just one floor. It's just one floor. Maybe it's just that one particular area.
I'm
Sure, it's great everywhere else in the building.
Was there a sign that said "Excuse our dust"?
No.
As we build a bigger, better
There was
WSB
a
break room.
sign that said, "Go find another water fountain."
Yes. And but by the way, as an adult, will you actually drink from those old-fashioned water fountains? I'm pretty sure when I was in like elementary school, none of the kids around me had herpes. I'm an adult now. I don't know that I'd be sharing water fountains with other adults.
It's supposed to be touchless. I mean, you're not.
But the lips and people's
I don't think
faces, they get there.
Oh, I
Some
put my
people
mouth
are-
around the faucet. Am I
Some
doing it
people
wrong?
do. Some people do.
The
Some people do.
world is worried about bigger things.
Yeah, what are they worried about,
Yeah.
Wes Moss? What are they worried about? Pivot us to what the world's worried about.
There was a report from Centrini Research
They're good.
that went, I guess to some extent, so there are analyst reports every day. There are probably 100 or 200 firms that will put out analytics, whether it's a macro research, so big picture economic research, or sector specific research, or political impact research. And it's been a busy year for that. This is, I would say, more of a macro research piece that went viral, which is pretty rare for one of these research pieces to do because there's so many of them, and it's everybody has an opinion, and there's hundreds of firms, and they have all of those firms have analysts, so it's kind of a deluge of information and opinion. So it doesn't usually
Right.
get all that far. And this one, though, in particular, did. The title of it's the 2028 Global Intelligence Crisis.
Global intelligence, as in the number of smart to dumb people on the planet. Is that what you're talking about?
And there was a little
or like
twist.
CIA.
It was a smart way to do a research report rather than talk about AI. And by the way, nothing in here was anything surprising that I haven't already
Right.
read before. We
Right.
haven't contemplated. The world hasn't probably contemplated an awful lot in the last couple of years. But the way they approached it was interesting. He dated it as if it was June 30th, 2028.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to saying, here's what I think about today. It's just as if here
It's
was
a report from the future.
It's a report from the future, which is rare for an analyst
Right.
to it's almost, this is almost like a media
And
track.
what's the upshot here? What's he reporting?
What
Are we still going to be around?
what he's essentially saying is that what if the artificial intelligence boom that we're seeing, that we're also bullish about?
Yeah.
Do you ever hear anybody that says AI is not going to change the world? Everybody
Well,
says that.
Yeah, for the most part. I've been a little my mind has been changing, but yes, you're right. It's ubiquitous.
And again, it's hard to argue with that. You're a crazy person if you say it's not. Now there are arguments. I'd say there's two sides to the arguments. One side is that it's going to replace a tremendous amount of white collar jobs, and it's ultimately going to be bad for human society. The other side of the equation, what Jensen Huang would say, who's the NVIDIA CEO, is that it may end up creating even more jobs. And then productivity is in the middle of that. No one
Right.
disagrees with productivity. But
All
if
right, you got to stop right there because we got to take a break. We'll come back.
It's a great cliffhanger.
All right, it's a great cliffhanger. So we're going to find out what you think about this. I'm kind of souring on the finances behind AI right now, and I want to get to that as well when we get back.
We
Yes?
also have an uncrustable fact when we come back.
Oh, listen,
from
this
listener
is,
Zach.
Oh, hold on. You can't throw too many teases at the listener. They won't know what to do with it. And, Alex Williams will be reporting on more car crashes because people are so confused. So let's take it easy with the listener. Say hello to Alex Williams. And unfortunately, there is a crash on 85 in Suwannee.
Yeah, too many teases. That's right, Eric. We were watching this one. Georgia State Patrol's with it. Good afternoon, guys. It is in 2 left center lanes. 85 northbound, Highway 317, exit 111. Already stacked up back to Old Peachtree Road. The delays are going to get worse before they get better. Go ahead and jump over and use Satellite Boulevard as an alternate. Heading toward Midtown, traffic troopers tell me about a new crash, 75 southbound before you get to Howell Mill, Northside Drive, exit 252. Already seeing delays fill in behind that one back towards Moores Mill and West Paces Ferry. And better news in DeKalb, earlier long-standing crash, I-20 westbound before Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. That is cleared. Traffic brought to you by Disney's Beauty and the Beast at the Fox Theater. Disney's Beauty and the Beast is coming to the Fox Theater May 26th through the 31st. For 1 week only. Tickets are on sale now at BroadwayInAtlanta.com. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Tonight,
Mr. Speaker,
the State of the Union.
President of the United States.
President Trump heads to Capitol Hill and addresses a joint session of Congress.
My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy.
And you'll hear it all live beginning at 9 p.m. And after the address, our coverage continues with Shelley Winter live. The State of the Union on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Hey friends, it's Mark Aram, and this is for all my listeners who are struggling with hair loss. I'm sure you've tried the lotions, pills, creams, and potions. With so many options and doctors out there, who are you going to trust? What's really going to grow your hair back? The Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair is an incredible breakthrough. Receding hairline, thinning hair, bald spots, Advanced Hair offers a simple, quick, one-day treatment that begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day. And get this, Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow. Works for men and women across all ages, and there is no one in hair restoration I recommend more. For your free consultation, call 470-660-HAIR. If you move forward, you'll also receive $500 off. 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with a team that has redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that guarantee. Check out incredible before and after pictures at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Right now, 16-ounce packages of 80% lean Kroger brand ground beef are only $4.99 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Here's your retirement to-do list. Analyze market history, track interest rates, understand AI's impact, watch midterm election volatility, plan out income, manage tax rates, evaluate healthcare, and time Social Security correctly. Sound exhausting? Well, you could just work with Capital Investment Advisors and let our team handle all of it for you. If you're nearing retirement, don't manage all these decisions alone. Visit yourwealth.com. That's YOUR, wealth.com.
Life is a circle. At Emory Healthcare, this circle contains the first breakthroughs that bend fear toward hope, echoes that become second chances, love regained, tomorrow reclaimed. Emory is driven by firsts because second chances matter to keep life's circle moving forward. Emory Healthcare, the front line of care, the forefront of discovery. Visit emoryhealthcare.org/discover.
If you're a home builder or a contractor, you know that downtime equals lost money. Dave Baker here. Randall Brothers has your back with the widest selection of building materials in the city, and Randall Brothers gets the right materials to the right place on time so you won't incur downtime. They are pros who can answer your questions and find the right fit for your needs. Randall Brothers, widest selection, industry expertise, accurate, no-hassle deliveries. RandallBrothers.com.
High five! Up top!
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $74 a month with a 2-year agreement. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Not the riffraff.
The beautiful people.
All right, we had so many teases. The Uncrustable tease. What was that? What were we supposed to say about Uncrustable?
I love this stat.
Listener Zach DM'd us here. Let me pull up listener Zach now. Of course,
DMing still sounds sexual to me. I don't
Why?
know why. It's just a weird phrase. He DM'd me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We're just gonna tie you down and DM you. Yeah.
All right, have you got it, or
I don't know
you having
where.
trouble
Here
finding
we go. There we go. Zach said, Uncrustables, the Smuckers plant in Alabama produces the Uncrustables. They make 70,000 Uncrustables per hour. Let that sink in. They run 24/7.
Well, hold on. Let's let that sink in.
A lot of calories.
I said let's Don't break the trust, Wes Moss. I'm letting it sink in. Okay, there.
Now you know.
My response is wow.
Yeah.
That's my response. Wow.
Thanks, Zach.
All right. That was the one thing that was the tease. Then we go to we were going to get to the cliffhanger, the payoff of the cliffhanger of the AI.
2028 Global Intelligence Crisis Research Reports and Trini Research dated June 30th, 2028. So into the future is how they are positioning this. And essentially just saying, look, unemployment is at over 10%. They talk about the stock market, which blew through on the upside, 8,000. The NASDAQ was over 30,000. And then they're saying that we're in a 38% correction. New jobs report came out and unemployment rate continues to climb. And the market was only down 2%. Saying a year ago when this was all really in the throes of it, there were circuit breakers like any other big bear market that we've all experienced. And the way they frame it essentially is saying that the consumer has faltered because there's not enough people. There's too many people that have had to take pay cuts or moved or lost their jobs completely, and consumer spending hasn't kept up.
And so I think the idea here is possibly, and I think it was like, because I saw a little bit of this, so that like the sub headlining is, because a lot of people like me think that we might be in an AI bubble financially. And the idea behind this is, if it's as successful as it can be, that will turn into a bear market because it's going to cause all of these societal effects, right?
It's so good that it's
bad.
that it's bad.
Yeah.
And
hold on, there's the music. Can you stick with us one more segment?
I got to run.
Okay, well.
But listen, I think that we're going to continue to talk about this. This theme isn't going away. The reality is that no one knows. They're talking about there could be something that is ghost GDP, where the economy's good, but people aren't making as much money and there's not wage growth.
It's just an extension of where we are.
It's a long way to go.
It's the AI thing is going to make the K-shaped economy even worse. Tell people how they can get more Wes Moss if that's what they want.
Yes, it's yourwealth.com. That's YOUR wealth.
Thank you, sir. Have a great week. Alex Williams says 85 North is jammed into Suwannee.
That's right, Eric. I knew it was going to get worse before it got better, and now the fire department showed up. 3 center lanes blocked here in Suwannee, 85 northbound, Highway 317, exit number 111. Very slow back toward Sugarloaf Parkway now. That's going to grow toward Highway 316. Best alternate to get around that is to use Satellite Boulevard. Looks like that crashed into Midtown in northwest Atlanta. Could still be blocking one lane on 75 southbound before Howell Mill Road. That's why you're slow from West Paces Ferry. And a crash in Henry County. Left lane blocked in McDonough, 75 northbound before Jonesboro Road, exit 221. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month. And enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Thinking about replacing an old toilet? Now is the perfect time. Dave Baker here from Mr. Plumber. Right now, when you purchase a new toilet installation from Mr. Plumber, you'll receive a $150 credit towards any other plumbing service. That's right. Upgrade your bathroom and save on repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, and more. Fast, professional service from the plumbers you trust. Don't wait for leaks or clogs to get worse. Call Mr. Plumber today or book online at MrPlumberAtlanta.com. Mr. Plumber, your peace of mind pros.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's love lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Priority Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Priority Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. Take control of your love life. Call now. 404-885-8885.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm, under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
It's Eric. Got foundation trouble? Give Engineered Solutions of Georgia a call. They're the only foundation repair company in the state with a team of licensed engineers on staff. 678-ESOG now.
678-ESOG now. Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, a desperate mother pleading for help as her 16-year-old daughter has been missing for almost a week. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is putting out an alert for Zyla Velasquez. Her mother, Nakia Moore, says Zyla was last seen on the morning of February 18th. She became distracted by something while taking out the trash.
She looked at someone she didn't know, but didn't feel threatened at that moment by, may have looked familiar to her, someone possibly in the neighborhood that she's seen before.
Her disappearance is considered concerning. If you have any information about Zyla, contact Gwinnett County Police. We have posted the girl's photo on our website and the WSB radio app. It is 54 degrees in Atlanta, reaching the mid-60s tomorrow. What day will see scattered showers? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. At the Colin Gray trial in Barrow County, the sister of the alleged Appalachia High School shooter takes the stand today. Jenny Gray is 14 years old and testifies she was concerned about her brother on the day of the shooting.
Do you remember telling the interviewer when she asked you about the shooting on the 4th that you could kind of see it coming?
Yes, sir.
And you told her that you could see it coming because when he left on the bus, you saw the open book bag.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
right? You saw the poster board sticking 1.5 to 2 feet out of it, right?
Yes, sir.
He had had a weird attitude that morning.
Yes, sir.
The boy's father, Colin Gray, is on trial facing 29 counts connected to the school shooting, which left 4 people dead. New reward money in the Nancy Guthrie case. Alex Stone reports it's coming from the Guthrie family.
It is day 24.
On Instagram, Savannah Guthrie with a new plea for information on the whereabouts of her mother.
She may be lost. She may already be gone.
The Guthrie family now offering its own $1 million reward on top of money already being offered by others.
But we need to know where she is.
Family sources tell ABC News that Guthrie's wanted to offer the reward sooner, but was advised against it.
Law enforcement still has no suspects. President Trump delivers his State of the Union speech tonight. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock says the president must address rising costs for Americans.
People's costs have gone up. Ask anybody who shops for groceries.
Several Democrats plan to boycott the speech. House Speaker Mike Johnson blasts those who are skipping out.
It's the same tired playbook that they've run for a decade now. It's shameful that they would boycott an address. We don't do that. Republicans don't do that.
The president says his speech could be over 2 hours long. You can hear the State of the Union live tonight at 9 o'clock on WSB, followed by the Democratic response. There's plenty of excitement about DeKalb County's 5-year economic development plan, which includes repurposing a former mall site.
Leaders from Decide DeKalb highlighted a variety of coming projects, but Board Chair Ann Hanlon says one of the buzziest topics is Lula Hills, the mixed-use redevelopment of the former North DeKalb Mall. It's one of the first full redevelopments of a regional mall in Georgia.
This is going to be a real boost for this community. That's going to include a Publix, some multifamily units, and a lot of ground level retail, some public spaces. This is really exciting.
A groundbreaking on phase 1 of the housing component set for next month, with occupancy planned for late next year. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
With many Americans fixing up their homes, Atlanta-based Home Depot beats earnings estimates for the first time in a year.
A sign that demand for home improvement projects like sprucing up the kitchen, redoing the bathroom is holding up, despite high interest rates and despite high inflation. It also reported a double-digit rise in e-commerce growth for a third straight quarter. But with the U.S. housing market in a slump and a softening U.S. labor market, the chain is warning investors a lot of macroeconomic challenges remain. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
It's now 4:34. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill. Still watching this travel advisory in Suwanee. Crash, 3 center lanes blocked. I-85 northbound. Highway 317, Lawrenceville, Suwanee Road, exit 111. Satellite Boulevard is going to be your best friend to get you around that. Elsewhere, crash in northwest Atlanta, 75 southbound below Howell Mill, or before Howell Mill Road. Got at least one lane blocked there, and that is causing delays as you make your way into the Midtown area. Crash in Henry County, that one's in the left lane, 75 northbound before Jonesboro Road, exit 221, stacking up the ride through McDonough. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy skies for tonight, lows dropping down to the mid-30s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, breezy at times, but enough sunshine to warm up to a high of 65. Cloudy with scattered rain showers on Thursday, high around 70.
Right now it's 54 in College Park, and in Brookhaven it's 53 in Suwanee. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Is your old, rotting, ugly siding a thorn in your side? It's hard to look at. Imagine what your neighbors think. Dave Baker here with your siding solution, Nelson Exteriors. They're a James Hardie Elite Preferred Siding Contractor and the only siding company I recommend. They'll properly install new siding without cutting corners so it lasts longer. Licensed and insured, Nelson Exteriors offers unmatched quality and craftsmanship. Count on Nelson for an extraordinary renovation. Google Nelson Exteriors.
Here's your retirement to-do list. Analyze market history, track interest rates, understand AI's impact, watch midterm election volatility, plan out income, manage tax rates, evaluate healthcare, and time Social Security correctly. Sound exhausting? Well, you could just work with Capital Investment Advisors and let our team handle all of it for you. If you're nearing retirement, don't manage all these decisions alone. Visit yourwealth.com. That's Y-O-U-R, wealth.com.
Don't let a DUI conviction cost you your career. Get the DUI lawyer, GeorgeStein.com.
I don't know what happened, but these days, people seem to go straight to the worst-case scenario. Okay, the garage door stops going up and down, and they think the whole thing is trash. No middle ground. It's the garbage or nothing. Perfectly good door, perfectly good motor, and you spend thousands of dollars you don't even have on a new one instead of just fixing the part that's broken. Ugh. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. If you crash into your door, okay, we're probably going to have to replace it. But almost any other failure can be fixed with a partial repair, saving you thousands of dollars. If your door won't go up or down at all, it could just be a broken spring, and the motor and tracks are fine. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. And, don't crash into your door.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
All right, interesting conversation here. So we talked about the BAFTAs yesterday. They actually happened on Sunday, but we talked about them yesterday. These are the British Oscars, basically.
We should probably do a show on Sundays, right? Just so that way we can make sure that we get the most current.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not working enough. And let's make sure we stipulate to the company, no extra money, just an extra show.
Right.
Book that.
Autumn, you in?
I'll be there. I'll be there. We'll all be there, of course.
Yamo be there.
Yes, exactly. So during these awards, if you don't know, I don't know why you wouldn't know at this point. So there was an upset for Best Actor. Everybody thought Timothée Chalamet was going to get it for the what is the table tennis movie, Marty Supreme or whatever.
I think so.
But there was an upset. The guy who played this dude, John Davidson, who has Tourette's syndrome, in a movie called I Swear, he beat Timothée Chalamet. And this movie was up for nominated for 5 or 6 different things. So as you do in these situations, when a real life story based on a true story kind of thing, and the person's still alive, they invited this person to be in the audience.
John Davidson.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't able to stop having Tourette's syndrome because he has Tourette's syndrome. So throughout the evening, I'd like to point out there was more than just the big moment. Throughout the evening, he was yelling things like boring, boo, or whatever. And then some people from Sinners got up there and the N-word flew. And people were a little upset because Alan Cummings would just take the time to say this is a medical condition. He never turned and said, hey, I apologize that you're going through this and dealing with this sort of stuff. So there was an apology from the BAFTAs to the people who were on stage. And as I was looking at it, because, Jamie Foxx came out and said he meant that. It's like, well, are you a doctor? I mean, like, it's either a medical condition or it's not. Now John Davidson has come out and said, I have no control of this stuff. Nothing that I yell out in public has any reflection on my thoughts, feelings, beliefs, anything. And I'm not a doctor, but what I know about Tourette's syndrome, if you could stop doing it, you would stop doing it. This is in public. But the question, so I agree with that this is a condition. It's a medical condition. But I also, for people who are like, those actors and they should be, it's like, no, that would be weird. At the very least, to be up there on stage and have that the idea that you had to deal with that, to me, is not a small thing. Especially when you're being celebrated. But it's just one of those things. So it made me wonder about this very hard question. Is it possible that at some point you can be too inclusive? Like, if by being inclusive, inviting this guy to
no,
inviting this guy to be in the audience, didn't you know that things like this were going to happen? Maybe you didn't think the N-word, but the things like just yelling things out when we're putting on a televised program. At some point, do the sort of needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one? It's a hard question. The movie was about him. It was being celebrated. It would seem like, hey, invite him, but the condition that he has. So it really gets to this thing that we've been dealing with lately with, is the world supposed to bend to you and your particular situation, or is the world kind of an unfair, cruel place, and you've got to figure out how to fit into it no matter who you are? And also, once you add just a layer of like kindness, trying to be inclusive with people, okay, but is there a point where somebody should have stood up and said, this is a live show that is going out to the UK, the world, and this is probably not a good idea. Maybe we should invite him backstage, or maybe there's a room.
In a soundproof room.
Who knows? Who knows? But it's a very interesting question. Which was more important? That he was invited, or that all of the money that went into putting on this television show could go the way, I don't know, the way the director wanted it to go, kind of thing. And it's not an easy question. I don't think it's an easy question. I think there's a hard answer that probably people won't like, but I think the hard answer is the 99.9%. We're going to do this. We're going to do it so that 99.9% of the people that are watching and participating and all of that. It's very difficult. I mean, it's a very difficult thing, but because it's a medical condition. But it's not a good live show when somebody in an audience just keeps yelling anything. I mean, if it wasn't somebody with Tourette's syndrome, if it was just a heckler or something, it would not be a good thing. It would not be a good look.
Booted out of the room.
Exactly. But you don't boot this guy out of the room.
You can't.
Because it's a medical condition. Right. And I understand that. And I guess what I'm trying to get to is it possible to still be a nice guy and say, you know what, I don't think we should invite him? Or does that automatically make you a bad person because you're choosing the 99.9% over, this one person and their night? It's a difficult
I invited him to the State of the Union.
Good. He'll be speaking for me.
Orange man! Orange man!
I get a couple of boos, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
You suck! Boring.
Boring!
Grifter! I think you have to approach it. I like your idea of it being too inclusive. Maybe I remember going to a couple churches growing up that had the overflow room.
Yeah.
Maybe you invite him and you put him in the overflow room.
Well, there is an overflow room for these things. I know there is for the Oscars.
So we can bother all the people there?
No matter what,
just put him with his family.
Even if I say put him in the, if I say, invite him backstage, he might, walk past these same people from Sinners in the hallway, and it might be worse. I don't,
I think, speaking to the person ahead of time and getting an idea of like what their Tourette's is like from their own voice, by saying yeah, I will scream out inappropriate things. It doesn't reflect on who I am, but I will be basically disturbing this production. Yeah. So are you guys cool with that? And if they're saying, well, no, because we're going over the air and we're going to get fined and we don't, or whatever, or we just don't want to mess up these people's moment, I don't know, that you have a discussion.
And I think maybe it can kind of go down on the person, it is maybe the person actually says, look, I appreciate that I'm going to be celebrated tonight, but this is just not the place for me to be because it's going to ruin,
I need to be backstage and enjoying this.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
But like I said,
I shouldn't be in the audience because I'll disturb everybody.
Yeah. Like backstage one-on-one, people can just handle it maybe. I was in, I've not met many people with Tourette's in my life. Remember a few years ago, it was becoming a thing where what do you call that syndrome? Munchausen?
Munchausen by proxy?
Oh, it's not Munchausen. It's,
whatever. People were, teenagers were, because they were seeing people with Tourette's on TikTok, all of a sudden, every high school had a teenager who was claiming to have a, and it
That's right.
The whole thing was, which is, kind of a bizarre thing. But the reason teenagers were attracted to it is like, look at me, right? Like, look at me. That's not why this guy was doing it. He has the genuine medical thing, but you're still going to have the same effect, which is one person in the crowd is going to own the crowd. So it's a very, I don't know, it's a tough question, but I think I would lean on the idea that this is not appropriate for a show that we're going to, and that's sad. I mean, I feel sad for a lot of people in a lot of conditions. I wouldn't put a medical patient, just out of surgery on stage.
Right.
Like, maybe the movie's about them, but hey, we don't even have all the stitches. So, there's reasons to not be there.
I have a legit question. With you doing stand-up comedy like you did you ever have a member in the audience that had Tourette's?
No.
Never get heckled?
No. Well, yeah, of course I got heckled. But I mean, I was going to say I was in a CVS once, and there were two people, and they were in another aisle, and it was just going on. I mean, it was just, and I knew what it was because I'd always read about it, but it was the first time that I had ever, been near it. And this is why I don't believe Jamie Foxx is right, is because my experience that day, nobody would decide while they're shopping at CVS just to be yelling these insults all the time. And then they left the store before me, and I had parked in the relatively same place. And so when I went out there, they were in their car with the windows rolled up and still going at it, yelling and all this kind of stuff. So I don't think Jamie Foxx is correct. I think that this is genuinely.
Did we hear him say
something.
it, Jamie Foxx, or
Well,
do
it
we
was
know that he
reported.
wasn't joking?
It was reported that.
I don't think he would joke that fast after it. I mean, how is that a joke?
Because you'd be like, I think you meant it. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? Like just being silly.
Maybe, but that's not the way that
I
it was
just don't-
reported. That's not
I
the way
know,
it was
but
reported.
I can't trust anything the way things are reported.
I can't trust it, but I can't also go to the other side and say the other side's true either.
I'm
So
not
I don't know.
saying-
I mean, I was talking about me. I wasn't talking about you. It was about me. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 85 in Gwinnett.
Yeah, not pretty here, Eric, but a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel here. They just got the crash that had the right side of the roadway shut down. They just got it off to the right as we speak. 85 northbound, Highway 317, Lawrenceville, Swanee Road, exit 111. Bad news is back behind it is nothing but brake lights leaving Highway 316. You can still use Satellite Boulevard or hang in there as those delays should start to improve. Earlier crash in Henry County coming up through McDonough. It is cleared. All lanes back open, 75 northbound before Jonesboro Road, exit number 221. And over in DeKalb County on I-20 both east and westbound, just watching some brake lights through the work zone between I-285 and Panola Road. Traffic brought to you by True Green. True Green, stop doing it yourself and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way from the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Sign up today at truegreen.com. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
We've all been there.
Bumper to bumper all the way back before.
Counting the minutes before we know we're going to be late because we couldn't count on a traffic app.
Crash knocks out 4 left lanes, including the express lane.
There is one thing you can count on. Triple Team Traffic on WSB.
3 right lanes shut down. We know the highways. We know the streets. And we know the shortcuts.
Avoid the area by taking Buford Highway as an alternate route.
And all you need to do is listen.
More experience.
More reliable. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB. How Atlanta gets there.
Hey, what's better than candy and roses? How about the safety of your home and family? It's Chris Chandler for TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They love your home, and they keep my electrical system healthy and safe. TE Certified showing you even more love, too, with a $59 whole home electrical safety inspection. And if you need repairs, get $100 off. Hurry, though. The offer ends February 28th.
TE Certified, we love your home.
At Ameris Bank, we know it's never just business when it's your business. So we're here to be your partner. Whether you're launching a startup, expanding locations, or managing daily finances at your company, you can do it all with a committed financial partner on your side. Our expert business bankers are ready to empower you on your financial journey. We're Ameris Bank, and we're fiercely yours. Find your local business banker at amerisbank.com/businessbankers. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A lot of us are looking at things to spruce up our homes, from tweaking or landscaping, a little bit of paint. But how's your roof looking? This is Scott Slade. A new roof can dramatically improve the look of your home. Lots of uncertainties in the economy right now. So my roofer, FGA Roofing, has put together an offer you should consider. They call it the 000 plan. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments for 12 months. With FGA Roofing, you can get a quote in just a few days and your roof installed in just a couple of weeks. And you can wait to pay until it fits your timeline. FGA Roofing specializes in slate, tile, wood shake, cedar roofs, as well as architectural roofs. The experts at FGA Roofing can lay out all the options for you, whether your roof is aging out or you just want a designer upgrade for your home. Or both. FGA Roofing, where you'll get first-rate installation and quality service, always. Just search FGA Roofing to get started with a free quote today. That's FGA Roofing.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Here's your retirement to-do list. Analyze market history, track interest rates, understand AI's impact, watch midterm election volatility, plan out income, manage tax rates, evaluate healthcare, and time Social Security correctly. Sound exhausting? Well, you could just work with Capital Investment Advisors and let our team handle all of it for you. If you're nearing retirement, don't manage all these decisions alone. Visit yourwealth.com. That's YOUR, wealth.com.
If you're like most Americans nearing retirement with money in a 401k or IRA, then listen carefully. The U.S. dollar is under pressure. Foreign nations are reducing reliance on the dollar, and some analysts are openly warning about the long-term stability of U.S. currency dominance. Whether you call it currency debasement or the collapse of the dollar, the risk is real. And when confidence in the U.S. dollar shifts, gold and silver historically respond. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 to get your free gold investment kit. You'll also receive a free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Most American retirement accounts are dramatically under-allocated to precious metals, even as central banks continue buying gold at record levels. Many Americans are rolling over a portion of their retirement savings into physical gold and silver, tax and penalty-free with Advantage Gold. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000. Results vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
All right, now we get to what the real controversy here is in the BAFTA's Tourette syndrome N-word sinners thing. So I did not know this. So, and Jamie Foxx, we have looked at it. He was serious. He went back and forth on Instagram about it. But I think the anger should not be towards someone with a medical condition. I didn't know this. Even though this is BuzzFeed, but we have checked it with other sources.
Yeah, with Grok.
Well, I don't know if that's a source. What this happened. Even though the ceremony was pre-recorded and aired on the BBC with a 2-hour delay, the incident still made it to broadcast. That's bad enough right there.
Weird.
Right there. That's bad enough.
If they have the opportunity, why wouldn't they take it?
Not only that, they did actively choose to cut the moment where one of the winners said Free Palestine. So they did go in and cut things, and they didn't cut that.
That's weird.
So if there's any anger, it should be directed at the BBC. Who decided? I mean, I'm trying to think, like, in England, is that not, like, is it possible they don't understand how offensive that word is? I'm not even believing that as I'm asking the question. I'm just trying to.
But if your point is to allow the guy to, be a part of the crowd.
Yeah, but you can't humiliate the people who are winning awards on stage. Who's the star here? That guy didn't win one single award that night.
That's true.
Oh, the BBC producers say they didn't hear the N-word while working in the truck.
And they were doing the edits on the
while
fly.
they're doing that, they didn't hear it.
So they were basically
2-hour delay.
Somebody knew. You think somebody would have? So it's not, because I was thinking, they're actually editing. They've got a dump button, and they either use it in the moment, and then that's what airs 2 hours later, or they don't. So if they missed it, they missed it. But you'd think that there would be a producer inside the building. Hey, you got that right, or something along those lines.
There is a difference between somebody yelling that and this guy yelling that.
Because you would cut it if anybody yelled it, wouldn't you? I mean, it was. I don't get where you're coming from. This is like free speech in the most extreme kind of way. People who are being celebrated and winning awards should be humiliated before the world because one guy got invited.
I just don't think it's. I mean, it's just less of a big deal.
No, because you're not being humiliated on stage. But if you're being
conspiracy theorist.
No.
Yelling.
But it's something that you just laugh off. I mean, this guy,
they didn't know. How are they supposed to know
How are they
all
supposed
that?
to know that's the guy when they're on stage? In reality,
At the very least, the BBC should have cut it.
yes, they should have cut it. And it's very easy to say, hey, they're being thin-skinned when it's a situation that you would never find yourself in.
I'm looking at
So-
BBC TV policy. You cannot say that word. On
Of
your,
I wouldn't call them thin-skinned. They handled it perfectly. I mean, they just went on with their business.
Yes, they
And
did.
It
Yes,
seems
they
like
did.
they knew what had happened.
Right. I guess, I guess that you're right. But I mean, some people, I'm sure that they had complaints about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't the
it wasn't
best
something
thing
that went
ever.
over all that well, and they handled it well. But they should never have been put in that situation. And if you could have dumped it, they should have just dumped it. But look, human error. It does happen. Maybe they just missed it. Alex Williams is now watching Downtown, and I believe enjoying a nice lemonade.
Absolutely, Eric. You better believe it. Watching all these people sit in this heavy traffic out there, heading into Midtown, stacked up right at the 85-400 merge. 75 southbound slows right around West Paces Ferry, but most of that's due to a crash before you get down to Howell Mill, Northside Drive, exit 252, so look out for that. The delays continue. 75-85 southbound, 17th Street down to I-20. Northbound slowing University Avenue up toward Peachtree Pine. Police activity in Buckhead shutting down Lennox Road just north of Buford Highway. So look out for that in the Buckhead area. Traffic brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the trustdale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is Scott Slade, and I've depended on the great people at Ragsdale Heating and Air for many years, keeping my family comfortable no matter what kind of wild swings Atlanta weather may bring. Thanks to Ragsdale, I didn't worry 1 minute about my systems working fine during a recent Arctic blast. And especially now with cold weather keeping us indoors more, Ragsdale wants to make sure you stay comfortable with the Ragsdale Free Furnace February offer. When you purchase a new Carrier home comfort system, you'll receive the new furnace for free. And you not only save now, but you're covered for the next 15 years with Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. They've been taking great care of their customers for 3 decades now. Many of their employees have been with them for 10, 20, even 30 years. No wonder they have over 11,000 reviews and a 4.9 Google rating. Ragsdale's the name I know you can trust to take care of your plumbing, electrical, and insulation jobs, too. It's easy to schedule your visit online at ragsdaleair.com or give one of their friendly customer service reps a call. Take advantage now of Free Furnace February with Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The key to spring cleaning is starting early with Zerorez air duct cleaning. Get the dust and debris out of your ducts now with 20% off your standard cleaning services. Call and mention WSB or book online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, it's the right way to clean.
Ever tried to hide stuff and you end up putting it next to some stuff you tried to hide last year? You might be out of room. That's an easy fix. Simply schedule a free design consultation today with a certified master artisan designer at artisancustomclosets.com and get organized.
Hey guys, are you striking out in the bedroom? Because pills like Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra just don't work anymore. Here's how Choice Men's Health is solving PE and ED issues. Meet Dr. Katz, the expert in men's health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Choice Men's Health offers safe, custom-blended medications designed to fit your needs. There is no pain or surgery. It doesn't matter how old you are or if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate issues. Not a problem. It's safe and affordable for everyone. You'll see results in 15 minutes guaranteed, or you don't pay anything. Solve the problem of ED and PE now.
For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are free. Call 404-383-4419. That's 404-383-4419 to claim your initial consultation and first treatment for free. Call Choice Men's Health now. 404-383-4419.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story nearly a week after a 16-year-old girl was last seen. Her mother says she is extremely worried.
The Norcross mother says she knows teens can be impulsive, but this doesn't appear to be that kind of case.
Very worried because this is just not her.
Ring camera video captures Nakia Moore's daughter, Zyla Velasquez, taking out the trash at their apartment when she's distracted by something. something. She hasn't been seen since. Moore hopes someone has seen something near the complex off Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
Anything is helpful to bring me closer to my daughter. To Zyla, if you ever hear me, baby, just understand that I do love you. I am working hard to find you.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has also issued an urgent alert asking for information. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
And we posted the teen's photo on our website and the WSB radio app. It is 53 degrees in Atlanta. Not as chilly tonight. What day could hit the 70s and when there could be rumbles of thunder? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Happening now, an investigation underway after an officer-involved shooting at 3047 Lenox Road in Buckhead. Atlanta police have requested the GBI to investigate the shooting. No word so far on injuries, and we're working to learn more about what led up to the shooting. The sister of the accused Appalachia High School shooter takes the stand at her father's trial today. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live with the teenager's testimony.
Yeah, 14-year-old Jenny Gray testifies their father would talk to her about his concern for her older brother, and Colin Gray said he didn't know what to do. She says it was also the reason Colt wasn't always in school.
And kind of hesitating to enroll him in that because of his mental issues.
The morning of the Appalachia shooting, she explains why she texted her dad, "I think we're thinking the same thing."
I knew pretty well that Colt was the one that was doing it, and I knew pretty well that my dad knew too.
The teen says on the way to an interview with investigators, her father told her to cover for him if asked whether he knew of the boy's troubles. Reporting live, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
School safety on the minds of lawmakers at the state capitol. The Georgia House today advancing a bill requiring schools to install weapons detection systems at entrances. House Majority Leader Chuck Efstration says this provides an added layer of protection.
This bill builds on existing school safety plans and legislation that's been passed to provide local school systems with available grants so that these decisions are made on the local level.
The bill does not require a specific type of system, but instead gives districts the flexibility to choose. The measure now goes to the state Senate. A bill to ban cell phones from the state's public high school classrooms passes the Georgia House. State Representative Scott Hilton says teachers are united in their support for this measure.
House Bill 1009 builds on the Distraction Free Act from last year, extending the same bell-to-bell, no cell phone policies to high school beginning with the 2027-28 school year.
Supporters say this eliminates distractions and encourages learning, but opponents say it makes it harder for kids to communicate with parents during an emergency. The eyes of the nation are on President Trump tonight for his State of the Union speech, and Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock says he wants to hear more about the president's priorities.
Healthcare remains top of mind for Senator Warnock, and he tells me the Trump administration's Medicaid cuts over the past year are having an impact on the state.
And as a result, our rural hospitals, which are always struggling just to stay open, are seeing the lights blinkering right now.
His guest for the speech tonight is a South Georgia hospital executive whose facility has ended its labor and delivery service, and their ICU could be next to close. And they blame the recent federal health care funding cuts for the closures. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
You can hear the president's speech tonight at 9 o'clock here on WSB, followed by the Democratic response. It is 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Not a fun afternoon commute, Bill, on I-75 and northbound through Cobb County. No crashes in the way, just bogged down with some volume from I-285 up to 575. Also seeing some southbound delays as you approach Truist Park. And on I-285 westbound, if you're trying to make your way over to I-75 in Cobb, just found a new stall in the second left lane, 285 westbound, the outer loop, New Northside Drive, Powers Ferry Road, exit 22. Brake lights stretch back to Ashford Dunwoody Road. In DeKalb County, there's a stall in the left lane, 285 southbound, the inner loop at Chamblee Tucker Road, adding to the brake light battle back into Dorville and Dunwoody. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening and not quite as chilly as temperatures fall to the mid-30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy and breezy at times with highs in the mid-60s, climbing into the low 70s by Thursday. However, cloudy skies and rain showers return Thursday along with a few rumbles of thunder. That's That's mainly for the evening hours. Friday, drying out with partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-60s. Saturday and Sunday, enjoy sunny skies, morning lows in the 40s, daytime highs in the upper 60s.
52 in Roswell, 54 in Decatur, and 52 in Peachtree City. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Is there nothing I can say? Nothing I can do? Oh, I thought it would come in there. It's been a long time since I heard this song. I'm not good at that. Talk the record up. I'm not real good at talking the record up.
You got to talk to English Nick. He'll give you some coaching.
I learned something new every day for you, English Nick.
Some coaching over there on the stream.
And now we have American Bill. Bill Crane is here. So we can brain his drain. Drain?
Easy for you to say.
Well, that could have come out really wrong. It didn't. Drain his brain of all the political knowledge that is right there, tucked underneath all of that gorgeous hair.
Luscious,
gorgeous hair. So now we have the State of the Union. I'm not going to watch it. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. But we have some local politics to get started with.
Yeah, kind of a big story here from the Marietta Daily Journal. A judge has ruled against Burt Jones's unlimited fundraising in the race for governor.
Bill, can you just explain this to me? Did he start a PAC or something? How did this get started?
The Georgia General Assembly, prior to the last gubernatorial election cycle, wrote a law that allows the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the House Speaker, and the nominees of the other party, the people that aren't in office for those same offices, to create leadership PACs, political action committees, which can raise unlimited sums of money from individual donors as long as those donors are disclosed.
Okay, now I got to stop because I'm really hearing this for the first time. Now, does this mean once they've declared that they are running for these higher offices, or just by having these positions?
Either have the position or be the nominee seeking the position. So, right now, there are 15 people running for governor that have declared.
Mm-hmm.
The only 2 people right now that can raise those dollars are Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, and if he chose to, even though he's not running, Brian Kemp, the governor, still has a leadership PAC that can raise unlimited sums of money, which he can spend as he sees fit, as long as the donors are disclosed.
When this was passed, was it controversial? Did anybody ask questions? It seems to me like it's sort of an incumbent protection policy.
I would see it that way, but in that it offers the incumbent, the other party, the option of doing the same thing. Stacey Abrams was the nominee on the Democratic side for governor and could raise, particularly from out-of-state sources, unlimited sums of money. So there wasn't hardcore pushback on the concept. What it has done is it's benched the state parties as the primary fundraising vehicles, or even in some cases the campaigns themselves, because they form these leadership PACs and they can go out to a corporation or an individual and get $1 million versus 10,000 gifts of $10,000.
Which is a lot easier.
Correct. So
you can raise a lot
Burt
more
Jones
money.
Has a leadership PAC as lieutenant governor, is using that towards his gubernatorial campaign, and was sued previously by Chris Carr, the Attorney General, and Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, who are also constitutional officers, but don't have leadership PACs, saying the state had created an unlevel playing field, giving certain offices and certain incumbents advantages that the other candidates in the field don't have. Earlier courts said essentially to them, that's the law. This instance, Rick Jackson came in and said, this skews the field towards anybody who isn't like me. I don't care. I can self-finance and I can outspend Burt Jones, but any regular person who wants to come in and run for office, they don't have access to this. In the court in Marietta, Cobb County.
See, it seems to me like it was inevitable that's where it was going to go when they passed it. And they must have known that. I mean, I think they were looking for an advantage, it seems like to me, because even
they're following a model that Congress has. I mean,
Yeah.
the House Majority Leader, the
look at
Speaker,
Congress.
the Senator. Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is that is the way those races are run now, and financed now. And so that's the leadership PAC is what they're called, and that was what they were following, that essentially trend to move to bigger dollars from bigger sources, which I will
And
assure
leave the little
that the
people
folks
out.
who own this place
yes,
like that.
Yeah. Sure, because we
yeah.
get the benefit of the advertising
Correct,
dollars.
correct.
But that doesn't.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that is the way the dollar figures
it seems
have
to
just
me that it's
shot up
more,
for statewide
but it's
races.
just more of the stuff where let's get rid of having to go to individual people and convince them that
Correct.
you should. Let's just go to
But then
Amazon and
then
Google.
the ask is
and,
register and vote instead
Right.
of asking you or Tim or Jared or his wife to chip in $50 or $100.
But if I do-
if I can get $1 million, I don't ask you for your
The other side
your
of that-
smaller contribution. I just say turn out in the primary, turn out in the runoff, vote in the
and I would say the other side of that is if I give you $50 as a candidate,
You're
you could-
vested.
yeah, I'm going to vote.
I agree.
So I mean, it's getting into this. In my dream world, and I recognize that it's not possible, but in my dream world, when you run for a state office, including Senate, national Senate, federal, I think that all the money should have to come from within your state. But I recognize that given the world we live in and the way money moves around,
ruled
and
that twice, even not this Supreme Court.
yeah. But why should a
Because the-
millionaire in Arizona have any damn say who's going to be the senator from
Because
Georgia?
the senator from Georgia votes on national policy and issues that affect
Yeah, but he's a senator
everybody.
from Georgia.
But the
that's the
senator
whole
from Georgia
concept.
votes on national policy and national laws.
Well, then let's have them all vote. Let's have them all be voted. All 100 of them be voted for by the national.
Well, then let's rewrite the Constitution.
Wow,
because each state gets 2 senators, and Representative Republican Representative Republican have a certain number of population that are tied to members of the
Let's go back to letting the state houses choose them.
Well, we're
Yeah.
headed. We're not going to have a constitution anyway. So it's
yeah,
go back
right
to a king.
Right now, it's
Yeah.
just, as far as MAGA is concerned, Constitution of the United States
Constitution's
is
Constitution.
some of the best toilet paper you can buy.
Some of the most
It's like-
expensive, anyway.
it's
That parchment's scratchy.
Oh yeah. It's not necessarily a good time, but you feel powerful when you use the Constitution to wipe your backside, as is being done right now. Way too much. Let's go ahead and get the other local story in now before the break.
So as we approach, I know we talked about the governor's race. As we approach the March 19th primary election, it looks like on the Senate side, Kemp's candidate, Derek Dooley, is not doing well. He's falling behind Mike Collins, and I believe Buddy Carter is also ahead of him too, right, Bill Crane?
Yeah, and May 19th, I think, is the
May
break.
19th, excuse me.
Yes, Derek Dooley, son of legendary football coach Vince Dooley, and the governor's selected candidate for the U.S. Senate nomination, is distantly trailing in third place and has not been able to break. And there's been a series of polls, all of which your listeners can have access to on realclearpolitics.com and realclearpolling.com for free. You can look at the samples, where they drew them, how big they were, who the pollsters were. He has not broken 12%. And
is that his fault? I'm not paying attention. Is he a good candidate? Is he? Jared tells me that if you go to his website, he's still wearing Tennessee Volunteers.
Well, not on his website, but when you search him, like
when you search
on
him,
Google,
right.
you still see him.
Well, I mean, you can't do anything about Google search.
I've met him, nice guy. I know the family. I'm still friends with Barbara. I knew Vince very well. Here's what I see: is a political outsider is a mold that a lot of the Trump part of the party wants. Check. Successful football coach. Successful football coach for the University of Georgia. No. Legendary father, yes, but that doesn't always transfer to the son. Look at Jared Kushner's son-in-law. And
yes.
He hasn't voted. I'm talking about Derek Dooley, the person. In 2016 and 2020,
he didn't vote at all.
He didn't vote at all.
He took the Von Hessler route.
Yes, and which, some might pay tribute to. But then he did vote, and he was sort of re-engaged because Brian Kemp and he are longtime friends. He did vote in the gubernatorial election of 2022, not the 2018, and he did participate and vote for Donald Trump in the most recent election. But that's his credential, if you will, kind of like the reverse Jeff Duncan, who's now freshly a Democrat. It's hard to go in at the top of the ticket when you haven't worked in the vineyards, if you will. Or now Derek Dooley's take on it in response to this is, well, I was busy raising a family and building a career and doing football.
Right.
But now I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It's one of these things where you should not run for a political office unless you wake up every day with you have this sort of ideology, ideas. I think I can make things better. The worst reason to run for political office is because people come to you and say, hey, we think you might be able to win. And that's what this kind of feels like
He
to
was
me.
recruited, and he admits it. And Brian Kemp admits he went and got him because he thought, Brian Kemp, the governor, that neither of the congressional candidates were that much different in terms of how they were perceived and that John Ossoff and that a congressperson
Right.
would have a tough time in ousting an incumbent senator. So that's where his logic is. And I'm a big fan of Brian Kemp, but I think he's demonstrated now with his picking skills.
Not so great.
Kelly Loeffler
With
before.
Kelly
that.
Loeffler before, perhaps do some polling before you make the pick.
Yeah. And find somebody who's got a burning desire to make change or do something, because I think
A
voters
core
could-
issue, yeah.
A core issue. Ronald Reagan gave his first speech against the Soviet Union in the 50s. He left office, and a year later, the Soviet Union collapsed in 90 when they collapsed. 89.
He left office.
Left in 88, but I mean, they collapsed in 89.
Within 2 years.
Right. So that's a light. You can like him, you can dislike him, whatever. He was in politics for a reason, because he believed in certain ideas. And those are the people that you want to run for office. There's too much of this, hey, we think you might be able to win. Yeah, but should you? Alex Williams is now watching 285.
And just watched a stall get towed out of a second left lane, Eric, in Sandy Springs, 285 westbound, the outer loop, New Northside Drive, Powers Ferry Road, exit number 22. Still watching the slow ride behind it, though, from Ashford Dunwoody Road. Once you get past New Northside Drive in Sandy Springs, the brake lights will grab you again near I-75 in the Truist Park region, staying on and off the brakes down to I-20, the West Freeway. The inner loop in DeKalb, 285 eastbound, it starts to jam in at Georgia 400. All that pressure getting over to a stall still in the left lane, but Hero just arrived to clear it at Chamblee Tucker Road. And south of that, it stays on the brake lights down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. Traffic brought to you by Disney's Beauty and the Beast at the Fox Theater. Disney's Beauty and the Beast is coming to the Fox Theater May 26th through the 31st for 1 week only. Tickets are on sale now at BroadwayInAtlanta.com. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Eric Erickson.
Informative and topical when you want it.
And I'm not a big proponent of the idea that we need a law, but my gosh, we need a law.
And a break when you need it.
I want as few in charge of me as possible.
Eric Erickson.
Sometimes necessary, but bad.
Tomorrow at noon.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Arum here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration, and don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and choose when you want to move. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Here's your retirement to-do list. Analyze market history, track interest rates, understand AI's impact, watch midterm election volatility, plan out income, manage tax rates, evaluate healthcare, and time Social Security correctly. Sound exhausting? Well, you could just work with Capital Investment Advisors and let our team handle all of it for you. If you're nearing retirement, don't manage all these decisions alone. Visit yourwealth.com. That's YOUR, wealth.com.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed, right here on 95.5 WSB. Chris, we're barreling through 2026, but it's still early, and that means it's still a great time to get organized in your financial life. And here's the good news for folks listening out there. Hoffman Financial Group is here to help with that, aren't we?
Yeah, so we make it simple, right? And it goes back to saving people time. Don't worry about you having to work with us. We work for you. So if you were to reach out to us, we would start with something as simple as the Portfolio X-ray. Simple as far as your time that you need to provide us some data points on, but we'll take the hours and we'll apply our expertise to generate a pretty comprehensive look at your financial life. specifically your risk profile, the fees in your portfolio, the performance over last year, 3 years, 5 years, the last 10 years against benchmarks. We'll also stress test it. Can we go back in time and say what would have happened to your portfolio during the Great Recession or the dot-com bubble that burst or the COVID correction? It'll give you an indication of how much your money is at risk. All of those components mixed into one simple 10 to 14 page report. We'll give you a copy of it. We'll walk you through it. And as I say, I have yet to see one that didn't have 2 or 3 golden nuggets, as I call them, of opportunity for you to contemplate possibly enhancing your financial future moving forward.
Make 2026 the year you take control of your financial life with this complimentary offer from Hoffman Financial Group. There's no cost for the portfolio x-ray, and the report is yours to keep. Call 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858 and online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
That spot on the ceiling, it's only gonna get worse. Hey, it's Dave Baker from my experts at Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Findlay now has 0% financing available, so it's even easier to get your roof replaced. FindlayRoofing.com.
All right, Bill Crane, there's a big speech tonight. It's called the State of the Union. It happens every year, and a lot of people are very excited about it. I'll be watching, I don't know, probably some old guy in a basement talk about the Beatles on YouTube or something. I won't be watching. I'll tell you what, Bill, I'm not into this thing between him and the Supreme Court. I'm not finding this cute. I'm not, I do believe the Supreme Court does need to show up and sit there and take it, because in the last couple of weeks, they've been the heroes, I believe, giving the Constitution a chance here. But people are treating this country now like it's Showtime at the Apollo or some kind of – it's not. It's not a reality show where the bitch gets told off or whatever. With this country, I believe, is in an existential crisis. I think we're losing our constitutional republic. And what I would say is, just because this country's being run by a bunch of crazy people, I don't have to waste my time watching them do it. And I'm not talking about just the guy in the center. I'm talking about in that whole damn room. So it's your job to watch these things. I'm sure you will be watching. But what are you looking for?
In that the president's already warned us that it's going to be a long speech. And his last, it wasn't a State of the Union because he'd just been reelected, so he wasn't doing a budget speech. But his last address to Congress was over 90 minutes long. He may be trying to set some sort of oratorial time record for one of these, and I'm not up for that. But I think we're going to see the Supreme Court get a tongue lashing. He's going to make the argument that he has unilateral authority to put in tariffs in place, which he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Why
can't be? He doesn't.
He does not. Having a 1970s statute that's sort of threadbare on these additional 10 to 50. But I hope one thing I am looking for in the evening is the Democratic Party to have a concise response, which just point for point says Congress and the president can pass tariffs and the treaties, but not one without the other unilaterally. Try to understand the viewpoint of any one of our other country allies or adversaries. To not be able to understand or believe something you agreed and signed off on 30 days ago, 6 months ago, stands just because this chief executive on a whim says tomorrow it's going to be.
Right. 3 o'clock in the morning, social post.
Yeah, it's impossible for businesses to plan. This is the kind of thing that can tip us into another global recession. If everybody stops trading, if everybody stops trusting each other, if the Western countries stop doing business with one another. Canada has told us last week that their airspace is no longer just come on over, fly over. Right. And
Europe and India have basically told the Trump administration, you know what, these talks, they're off. You guys work out your own problems.
Just in that one instance with Canada, if you can't fly to Europe going over Canada and the North Pole, and you can't fly to India or the Middle East that way, to do it the other way across the continental United States and the Pacific Ocean and Hawaii, and all, pilots have to log out for the day, billions of dollars of more jet fuel, airline ticket prices soar. Why do you think they did that? Do you think that was because they just woke up and realized they own their own airspace? Which, by the way, the court precedent on airspace in this country, we can accredit to the Trump organization and a litigation in New York over the skyline view of a large condo building. But there are repercussions when a president takes these kinds of actions, and we're running out of friends.
Yeah, well, the world is pushing back. That is for sure. The world is pushing back. Did you read Gorsuch's concurrence?
Yes, I did.
That was some heavy-duty stuff. I didn't read all 54 pages. I read,
I
highlights
didn't
from
think
it.
in any way took the president to the woodshed. It just said
It took Congress.
It just said Congress should stand up and do its role, but the executive branch has limits to its breach in power. It has excessive power. It can appoint anyone it wants to as a member of the cabinet with Senate confirmation. It can appoint anyone it wants to the Supreme Court with Senate confirmation. It can appoint anyone it wants to a U.S. ambassadorship, which means seemingly less and less.
Right.
I didn't realize that Jared Kushner's father was the ambassador to France. That's a payback for an old family argument.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't pass taxes and international law without the support of
You have
Congress.
to. And so Gorsuch went after Congress, I think, pretty good. Does this ever happen? Does this happen a lot? I don't know. He went after the other justices on this, what's it called, the great powers question, because he's basically saying, you guys, and to the Clarence Thomases and to the liberals, you guys jump around on this. If you like the
define
president,
conservative as you see it. The
Right.
last time that I can recall the Supreme Court stepping in this hard on executive power was the first New Deal that FDR proposed, which was even more far-reaching.
well, we
than-
needed it. We needed it. We got to have some constitution back in this. I know MAGA thinks that they run this country and everything they want to happen is the only thing that matters, but that point of view is not even worth listening to. It's either you understand what the country is or you don't. Yes, Bill. Yes.
Well, a couple of things I was going to say. There's counter programming during the State of the
All right,
Union.
we're really late. Can you stick around for a second?
Yeah,
we got to go.
More Constitution, Smonstitution after this.
Alex Williams is now watching 85 in Gwinnett.
Yeah, trying to get there. 85 northbound slows from Chamblee Tucker Road up to Jimmy Carter, then really bunched up again from Highway 316 due to the earlier crash in Lawrenceville Swanee Road that's cleared. Looking for new trouble in Roswell out of Alpharetta, 400 southbound around Mansell Road. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustSale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Let's knock something off the old to-do list today. Dave Baker here for Coolray Heating and Cooling. Let's start with our HVAC equipment. Right now, when you book a heating system tune-up with Coolray, they'll include an AC tune-up absolutely free. You remember warmer weather will be here at some point in the future, so stay warm now and avoid costly breakdowns later. Schedule your 2-for-1 HVAC tune-up today at Coolray.com and start the year comfortable. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Priority Men's Medical Center restores men's love lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Priority Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Priority Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. Take control of your love life. Call now. 404-885-8885.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio with our top local story. A move to ban cell phones from Georgia high school classrooms in Georgia inches closer to the governor's desk.
The House overwhelmingly passed the measure to expand the cell phone ban to students in the state's public high schools. Bill sponsor Representative Scott Hilton says the devices have been hurting learning outcomes, and this bill will turn that around.
Cell phone-free classrooms lead to higher grades, better test scores, and better student behavior.
Districts would decide how to implement the ban. Opponents worry this will cut off emergency communication with parents. The bill now moves to the Senate. At the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
53 degrees in Atlanta, back into the 60s tomorrow, and when there could be rain and storms. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. The GBI now investigating an officer-involved shooting near the Wiltshire condominiums on Lenox Road in Buckhead. Atlanta police requested the GBI to investigate. No word yet on injuries or what led to the shooting. A desperate mother pleads for help as her 16-year-old daughter has been missing now for almost a week. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is putting out an alert for Zyla Velasquez. Her mother, Nakia Moore, has this message for Zyla.
We're doing everything possible to, gather what we can to get you back home. Don't stop fighting. Keep strong. Keep praying and keeping your faith.
The girl was last seen on the morning of February 18th. She became distracted by something while taking out the trash. If you have any information about Zyla, contact Gwinnett County Police. We have posted the girl's photo on our website and the WSB Radio app. New this half hour, a top official at Atlanta's High Museum of Art resigns after he's accused of stealing about $600,000 from the organization. A statement from the Woodruff Art Center says financial irregularities were first identified in December, and after an independent review, it became clear the money was stolen. They say the review traced the irregularities back to the museum's COO, Brady Lum. The case has now been turned over to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Atlanta for potential criminal prosecution. A push under the Gold Dome to address problems with literacy in Georgia.
Reading helps you dream bigger, helps you dream better. It takes you to places that you couldn't necessarily go when you're sitting and reading that book in front of you.
House Education Committee Chairman Chris Irwin says legislation approved by the House includes funding for literacy coaches to help students in kindergarten to third grade and encourages parents to start their kids a year earlier. Data shows 60% of Georgia's third graders can't read on grade level. President Trump delivers his State of the Union speech tonight. It could go for more than 2 hours. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock says the president must address rising costs for Americans, which includes health care.
So I'll be listening very carefully to hear what the president has to say about these problems, which in my view he's exacerbated, made worse in the last year.
Several Democrats plan to boycott the speech. You can hear the State of the Union address tonight at 9 on WSB, followed by the Democratic response. A fifth suspect turns himself in to face charges in connection with a shootout near a Covington Circle K gas station, which damaged a fuel truck. The Newton County Sheriff's Office says 18-year-old Bryce Blair is now in custody. 4 other suspects, ages 17 to 21, are already facing charges in this case. Big changes in the works for South DeKalb County.
As part of its 5-year planning vision, the DeKalb Development Authority is putting significant investment into a long-neglected segment of the community.
South of Memorial Drive has gone underinvested for decades. We created the Southwest DeKalb Tax Allocation District to reverse that trend of underinvestment in South DeKalb.
Beside DeKalb CEO Dorian DeBar says the previously announced Candler Crossing project is just one example of what's to come, and he points to the slogan, retention, not displacement, to emphasize the coming changes will be designed to uplift longtime residents. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, still watching slow traffic on 400 northbound through Sandy Springs as you leave 285 up to the North Springs MARTA station. Traffic trooper Luthen told me about some debris blocking a lane or impacting a lane up around McFarland Parkway. That's why it's a little extra slow out of Alpharetta. And also on I-75 northbound, if you're making your way up through Marietta into Kennesaw, toughest part of those delays are from Delk Road up to I-575. And then on the 400 northbound ride, I should also let you know that we had some earlier trouble just south of Lennox Road exit 2 heading into Midtown, but that is cleared as well. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening and not quite as chilly as temperatures fall to the mid-30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy and breezy at times with highs in the mid-60s, climbing into the low 70s by Thursday. However, cloudy skies and rain showers return Thursday along with a few rumbles of thunder. That's mainly for the evening hours. Friday, drying out with partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-60s. Saturday and Sunday, enjoy sunny skies, morning lows in the 40s, daytime highs in the upper 60s.
Right now it's 51 in Sandy Springs, 54 in Conyers, and 53 in Palmetto. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
I don't know what happened, but these days, people seem to go straight to the worst-case scenario. Okay, the garage door stops going up and down, and they think the whole thing is trash. No middle ground. It's the garbage or nothing. Perfectly good door, perfectly good motor, and you spend thousands of dollars you don't even have on a new one, instead of just fixing the part that's broken. Ugh. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. If you crash into your door, okay, we're probably going to have to replace it. But almost any other failure can be fixed with a partial repair, saving you thousands of dollars. If your door won't go up or down at all, it could just be a broken spring, and the motor and tracks are fine. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. And, don't crash into your door.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
The Steel Horse Law name strikes fear in the heart of big insurance companies. We make them pay.
Flowers and chocolates are okay, but an insanely clean home from Zerorez Carpet Cleaning is sure to impress your loved one. Only Zerorez uses ZR water to clean your carpets and other surfaces without harsh chemicals. To make things sweeter, they leave zero residue behind, so your carpets stay cleaner longer, which means soft and fluffy carpets. Right now, take 20% off Zerorez standard cleaning services when you mention WSB or book online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, spell it backwards or forwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey, you have suffered through enough seasons. Is your old, clunky, unreliable heating and cooling system even going to make it? Chris Chandler here. Stop repairing, finally replace it. Call the experts I trust. TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hurry, for a limited time, get a $1,000 instant rebate off a new system and 36 months 0% financing.
TE certified, we love your home.
Another reason I won't be watching the State of the Union tonight is because as much as I am opposed to what's going on right now with this administration, I have no faith in the other side. You know, we saw what they were about with the Biden administration, you know, and it wasn't to this level, and there wasn't as much grift going on, but there still was this idea: if you disagree with us, we can crush you and we can cancel you, and Trump is just taking it further there. And so when I look at that chamber or Spamberger or whatever afterward, you know, my feeling is when everyone wants something, no one can be trusted. We need real leaders now. We need people to step up and go, okay, I want to be more power. I want the next office. But people need to come together and say, no, this is an existential crisis for this constitutional republic, and we're going to band together to make sure the country stays together. And then once that's taken care of, we'll go back to bickering and all that. So I don't trust the Democrats to be an honorable party out of power. I don't trust anybody that has their own sort of thing that they want. A lot of people are like, oh, Tucker Carlson, he's out there. I mean, he made Mike Huckabee look like a moron in that interview. And so there's a lot of people, oh, Tucker. I was like, no, what?
He's never going to run. He's not going to run for office.
But he wants something.
He has the president's ear. Even now,
right,
he has
right.
the president's
ear. But I'm
ear.
just saying, I want some people who will stand up for the country itself. And then be willing to bleed back in.
They exist, but it's not easy.
It's not in the room tonight, though. It's not in that room.
And a lot of the Democrats are boycotting. They're not going to be in the room.
That doesn't do anything.
I know. I'm just saying that's on the
They have
docket.
7 counter-programming that they
Here's the problem. The problem is that the Democrats are glad Trump is doing this because they believe it gives them an opportunity to get back in power.
It strengthens their chances for the midterms.
Right. What they should be saying is, to hell with what this is wrong, and it has to be dealt with on that, and then you become persuasive to people, and you get people joining you.
And here's what we'll do.
Yeah, and then when there's time for whatever. But I'm not watching because I don't think the Democrats are great either. I just can't believe where we are in this country. Okay, you got another story?
Yeah, I was going to say you're not going to watch the People's State of the Union, are you? That's
for the same reason.
Joy Reid's going to be hosting that one.
No, the people.
They're not going to let Gavin Mondama Mondami or Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Mondami.
Yeah, or Mayor Mondami of New York.
He's got snowstorm to do.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for the same
He's
reason.
shoveling as we speak.
Yeah.
Shoveling something.
For the same reason. For the same reason. I don't trust any of these people to be worried about the country more than they're worried about their own party success or their own personal success. So a pox upon all of them.
Well, I will be live Xing tonight during the stadium.
Wow.
I'm doing it.
Wow.
And I'm sure brilliantly on the nightcap condensed later in the week.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. That's fantastic.
I'm going to cover it.
By the way, belated happy birthday to the handsomest producer and all the producers.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah,
Appreciate
there
it.
he is. There he is. How old are you now? 38?
37.
37. Time to grow up. Time to put the big boy pants on. We have any other political stories?
Yeah, the
Or
Pentagon.
have we run out? Are there no more?
Well, I mean, we haven't talked about Iran yet, and apparently the
goodness.
Pentagon is flagging major risks about Iran. So
Good.
we're moving. We're moving the several
Yeah.
carriers into
We
position
have
now.
more in there now than we've had since.
Well, not the poop one.
Yes.
Well, it's there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but it's docked. They have to clean it.
But
And by the way, Trump threatened. He told Greenland that a ship, a healthcare ship, was on the way. Both of those ships are in dock right now. He said, Greenland, help is on the way. Both of those ships that we have are in dock in repairs right now.
Well, when they're fixed.
25th Amendment, anybody? 2 o'clock in the morning, they're on the way. Anybody? I don't know. Anybody at all?
He's sending a healthcare ship to Greenland?
He said he was, yeah, because, and then they're back like, hey, our healthcare's free. But a ship wouldn't even do anything really there's only 60,000 people who live there, but they're spread out and it's rural. So a lot of times it's difficult to get.
Borrow an icebreaker ship from the Russians and go
Yeah,
crashing right in.
But I mean, it wouldn't solve their problems
No.
that, hey, if you get to the shore, there's a ship waiting for you. Their problem is that it's difficult to get around inside of Greenland and get to visits and doctor appointments and things like that. So, yeah, he wrote to Truth a couple nights ago. Can you find this? Truth Social post.
Let's see.
Help is on the way. We're sending a ship. Had some kind of ridiculous AI ship with an
By the way,
American
we've not
flag
heard
on it.
any more details of that framework of a possible agreement with
How many
Denmark.
things? How many? Yeah. Well, isn't Denmark now, along with Europe, the rest of Europe, they're basically saying, we're
See
not.
ya, thumb
see ya.
you, yes,
Yeah, we're
they
done
are.
with you. We're done with you. The country is pushing back. If Thomas Massey wins his primary, I think that's when the Republican Party starts to push back. That's how cowards work.
Yeah,
if
when they see handwriting and they see,
Yeah.
when they see the shift in the polls, and they will.
Yeah.
I mean, the president's in denial about his polling too and his approval ratings.
Sure, he's not in denial. He knows. He's just telling MAGA that they have the best polls ever, so that when he says that the election
real
was
polls.
rigged in November, they can go, yeah, how could we have lost that when the president has the best polls ever? But that core of MAGA is shrinking, and it doesn't matter what they think. The president cannot rule the country by whim. For some reason, the Congress allowed him to do it for a year, and now has come the reckoning. And if you're in MAGA and you think he should be able to do that, your opinion doesn't count, because he can't. By constitutional decree, he cannot do that. You can't wake up at 3 a.m. and just be in a bad mood and say,
And raise tariffs.
raise tariffs on some country because you didn't like a phone call the night before. Sorry, MAGA, you don't have a point. You can't do it. The justices are just telling you what should have been known a year ago. And by the way, if there's if people go if it's really difficult to refund this money, that's on Trump, because he should have known that that's where this was going to land, because the Constitution demands it.
Well, hopefully he gives it back to us. That would be nice if they just ended up
Dream
refunding.
on, bud.
FedEx.
Yeah, he's going to give it back to the companies.
Give it back to the
Now,
people.
Costco may
weedy-
get their $90 billion back and some of the big civil suits that are underway.
Well,
But
FedEx just
But there's no way to know what you spend at the grocery store or what you spend in
right.
gas.
FedEx knows exactly what they spent. No, that's
Yeah, I
that's
would
why it's
agree.
got to be businesses.
Yeah.
They know exactly, and they have to deal with this kind of stuff all the time. So
It's a
they have
cost of doing
systems for
business.
it. Right.
Right.
So that's interesting. They're going to sue him based on, we want all of our money back that we spent, that now that was illegal. Once Supreme Court said that was illegal, then you illegally stole money from people, and they have a right to get it back. And all the chaos is going to be caused by that should not go on the Supreme Court for the ruling. It should go on the people who should have known this is where it's going to land. Don't put the country through this. All right. You got anything else?
Yeah, I was going to say, I have that Truth Social post here in front of me. It says about the ship going to Greenland.
Yeah.
He said, we are going to send a great hospital boat to Greenland to take care of the many people who are sick and not being taken care of. it's on the way. And then you see the AI image of this boat, the USNS Mercy.
Yeah, we have two. The Mercy and the other one's called the Compassion or something. I don't know. They're both big. I mean,
I will say both of those ships in other parts of the world, particularly Africa and Latin America,
they do great work. They do great work.
But you have to be able to get to the people who have shoreline access and ports.
And when do we start thinking about the 25th Amendment when the President of the United States at 2 a.m. or whenever he decided this? Hey, they're on the way, and they're not even available.
They're dry docked.
All right, Bill Crane. How do we get more Bill Crane?
CSI Crane, One Man's Opinion, here on WSBRadio.com and about 90 other sources around the state. Google Bill Crane and One Man's Opinion or Bill Crane, CSI Crane, and you'll find more content and socials than you can shake a stick at, or a Constitution smonstitution.
There you go. You can shake anything you want at it. Alex Williams is now watching downtown.
In the brake lights through the city, Eric. 75 southbound stacking up before Howell Mill Northside Drive. That's exit 252 400. You're slowing right around Lennox Road there in Buckhead. And don't forget, Lennox Road is shut down in Buckhead. Officer-involved shooting investigation just south of Cantor Road. So plan your alternate routes there, such as maybe Piedmont or East Roxborough. We'll get you around that. It's going to take you about 30 minutes out of Buckhead just to get down to I-20 through downtown. 75-85 northbound. Not as bad as we usually see it, but it is packed in from I-20, improving once you get up to Peachtree, Pine Street. Next report is in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Tonight, the president heads to Capitol Hill for the State of the Union.
And we will restore true democracy to America again.
With challenges around the world and here at home, hear what the president has to say.
People elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Our coverage begins at 9 p.m. And after the address, Shelley Winter brings you the reaction. The State of the Union live on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 404-208-3300. That's 404-208-3300.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Life is a circle. At Emory Healthcare, this circle contains the first breakthroughs that bend fear toward hope. Echoes that become second chances. Love regained, tomorrow reclaimed. Emory is driven by firsts because second chances matter to keep Life's circle moving forward. Emory Healthcare, the front line of care, the forefront of discovery. Visit emoryhealthcare.org/discover.
An itch that changes place every time I try to scratch. A searing hot flash in a place that I wasn't prepared for.
Stings, like I'm sitting on a cactus.
Are you settling for irritating bladder protection? Ditch the itch with new Tena Sensitive Care. With its 5-in-1 skin comfort formula, keep dry and up to 100% irritation-free. Ditch the itch and switch to Tena.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The winds of change are blowing. Hi, it's meteorologist Glenn Burns. I'm not forecasting the weather. I'm just reporting North Georgia Replacement Windows has changed their name to NG Windows. They installed my beautiful Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows, and now I enjoy more daylight and bigger views. Window and door shopping made simple at ngwindows.com.
Infinity by Marvin from NG Windows, yeah!
If you're like most Americans nearing retirement with money in a 401k or IRA, then listen carefully. The U.S. dollar is under pressure. Foreign nations are reducing reliance on the dollar, and some analysts are openly warning about the long-term stability of U.S. currency dominance. Whether you call it currency debasement or the collapse of the dollar, the risk is real. And when confidence in the U.S. dollar shifts, gold and silver historically respond. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 to get your free gold investment kit. You'll also receive a free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Most American retirement accounts are dramatically underallocated to precious metals, even as central banks continue buying gold at record levels. Many Americans are rolling over a portion of their retirement savings into physical gold and silver, tax and penalty-free with Advantage Gold. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000. Results vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Yeah, and this whole thing going on with Iran, this is going to be
At least they're trying to talk him out of it, at least.
Yeah, I mean, there are people at the Pentagon saying this. Listen, you got to understand how much of our weaponry we went through when we were supplying Ukraine. Then how much weaponry we went through the last time with Iran before the big bombing, but we were doing a lot. We were a lot of weaponry with Gaza. If we have this idea that we're just going to bombard Iran from the air, I don't know what the actual numbers is, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were basically out of materiel within 14 days.
Hey, listen.
This stuff doesn't build itself. You can't just expend all of this military wherewithal and think that there's a magic box.
Yeah, do we have factories over here that are going nonstop making weapons? Probably not.
Well, we have a lot of, they are, but I mean, not like a genuine like World War II situation where you take over the car factories and everybody's making the military stuff. But
hey, Lindsey Graham though, loving it though. He's loving every bit of this. He's loving it.
Trump can do this. If he can bring down Cuba, Venezuela, and Iran.
Trump can do it.
In 2026, that will be something bigger than Reagan.
Oh,
yeah, I know. This guy.
I gotta go change my pants.
This guy.
He's bigger than Reagan. I couldn't believe it.
I love missiles.
This guy.
We gotta do whatever they say. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're Lindsey. We're starving out Cuba. Nobody's talking about it. Now, like I say, there may be people who say, hey, I agree with that policy. Nobody's talking about it.
It's not on the news, and you see footage from there. There's garbage everywhere. They can't get their hospitals. They can't get people to the hospitals. There's no gas.
Yeah. I mean, now, I can understand if we were to have a debate in this country and that people would step forward and say, hey, look, it's been 60 years, this policy. This may be harsh, but it's what's needed so that we can get to a better time. I would disagree with that, I think, but I would rather live in a country where we have these kind of debates about what we're doing rather than, the media just ignoring the fact that we're doing everything we can to starve them out. How is that not a news story?
I bet Cuba doesn't even come up tonight in the State of the Union.
He's going to bring up Venezuela, certainly.
For sure.
There's a possibility.
I don't think Cuba comes up. I'm gonna put.
Are you going to want Kalshi or Polymarket?
I'm going to go on Kalshi right now.
If I was on Polymarket, I would want to. Is there something on there about how many times he's going to mention Biden?
Yeah, on Polymarket, you can take a, whatever they say,
take a position,
yeah.
Take a position on if he'll say Biden 10 plus times, which is now sitting at 40%. So people predict that with that'll happen with a 40% likelihood.
Right.
And then Kalshi,
you see, I would go low on that because I don't think he'll say the name.
Biden.
I think he may very well talk about it and come back to it and whatever, but I don't think he'll say the name 10 times.
You can take a position on Kalshi that he'll say Biden at all, and that's at 94%.
Yeah, everyone knows he's going to.
Of course.
And we can tell, we know the whole sentence. When I took over, blah, blah, blah. We've heard it 900 times.
The name that he'll least likely
it's like, dude,
say,
you're not running anymore. You're actually the president. You do understand that. This all belongs to you now.
is Satoshi, which is the Bitcoin creator. And then you've got Ghislaine, has pretty low odds at 3%.
Oh, no, that's not. No.
Bad Bunny sits at 6.
Oh, wow.
6%? Now, that
6%.
might be a good bet. There's a chance. No other. Not the Bad Bunny show. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
And then,
How about Kid Rock?
I
A chance.
don't see
Is he
Kid
going to be in the
Rock.
gallery?
They'll be lifting weights in the back.
With RFK.
Obviously,
Staying
hockey is
hot,
shot up.
staying warm.
Yeah, hockey is shot up. The hockey team, I believe, is going to be there.
They will be there.
By the way, there shouldn't be a boo because listen,
I can say boo.
I know, but I mean they're the American hockey team, and there's this like ridiculous scandal going on, which even the women's hockey team has this idea that you've just won the gold medal. The president of the United States is on the phone talking to you, and he makes a little joke about the women's hockey team, and people believe that suddenly the entire locker room should have gone silent, and the captain of the team should have said, "No, Mr. President." That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. The women's hockey team knows the male hockey team. The male hockey team knows the women's hockey team, and they both respect and like each other. It's not on the hockey team to suddenly stop the celebration, which most of them probably didn't even hear because the president was coming through a speakerphone in Kash Patel's hands.
He kept drowning.
That guy
on
that
and
scored the goal, the final goal, his mom works with the women's hockey
Yeah,
team.
So it's a phony thing, but it's America 2026, so we got to turn it into something. The men and the women on the American hockey teams are friends. They like each other. That's a simple fact. Alex Williams says there's a stall on 285 in Cobb.
Yeah, no help with this one yet, Eric. It's in the left lane on the west side outer loop, 285 southbound at South Cobb Drive, exit 15. Putting extra pressure on what's already a slow ride starting back before I-75. Once you get past that, you're looking pretty good down to I-20, the West Freeway. 285 eastbound, the inner loop into DeKalb County, Dunwoody and Dorville area. On and off the brakes, Ashford, Dunwoody over to Peachtree Boulevard. And then a few more brake lights through the I-85 interchange. But the good news is the earlier left lane stall at Chamblee Tucker Road has since cleared. Traffic brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the Trustdale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, what's better than candy and roses? How about the safety of your home and family? It's Chris Chandler for TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. They love your home, and they keep my electrical system healthy and safe. TE Certified showing you even more love, too, with a $59 whole home electrical safety inspection. And if you need repairs, get $100 off. Hurry, though. Offer ends February 28th.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Georgia has a special election, and there's one Republican you need to know about. Republican Brian Stover.
Who?
Republican Brian Stover. Brian Stover is the pro-Trump Republican in the race.
Brian Stover is the pro-Trump Republican in the race?
Yes, Brian Stover is the pro-Trump Republican. Stover founded a successful waste management business. Now he employs over 100 people. Like Trump, Stover's a businessman, not a politician. Stover is going to help President Trump take out the trash. He'll stand up for ICE, keep men out of girls' sports, and fight to bring down the rising costs.
Sounds like I'll be voting for pro-Trump Republican Brian Stover.
Christian, conservative, pro-Trump Republican, and trash destroyer, Brian Stover for Congress.
I'm Brian Stover, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Brian Stover for Congress.
My wake-up call came 3 years ago. Like many of you out there, I was savoring some time with my parents. It's Belinda Skelton for Four Seasons Home Care. I remember we were preparing a meal, and I saw my dad struggling with a boiling pot on the stove. That was the moment I knew I had to get into action on the home care options for my parents. Have you seen some red flags recently with your folks? Like them struggling with day-to-day tasks, being a little confused, having trouble remembering to take their meds. If your aging parents are showing signs, but they want to age in place in the comfort of their homes, please Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta and request a consultative call. It's free and it's a crucial step towards your parents getting what they want and need, allowing you, the child, to do your role and just love them. Google Four Seasons Home Care. That's Four Seasons Home Care.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children issues an urgent appeal for information about a missing Gwinnett County teen.
Ring camera video shows 16-year-old Zyla Velasquez distracted by something as she takes out the trash at her apartment. Then she heads downstairs. Her mother, Nakia Moore, says there's been no sign of her since the 18th. Her message to her daughter:
we're doing everything possible to, gather what we can to get you back home. Don't stop fighting. Keep strong. Keep praying and keeping your faith.
Moore says earlier in the day she watched as her daughter helped what appeared to be a family rescue a dog in a drain at the complex off Jimmy Carter Boulevard, but she's not sure if there's any connection to her disappearance. Jennifer Perry, 95.5 WSB.
And we posted the girl's photo on our website and the WSB radio app. 52 degrees in Atlanta. What day could top 70? And what about rain chances this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Happening now, an investigation underway after an officer-involved shooting at 3047 Lenox Road in Buckhead. Atlanta police have requested the GBI to investigate the shooting. The road is blocked off in the area. No word so far on injuries, and we are working to learn more about what led to the shooting. The 14-year-old sister of the accused Appalachia High School shooter testifies today at her father's trial in Barrow County.
Jenny Gray testifies their father told her about his concern for her big brother and that Colin Gray hesitated to enroll Colt in school because of mental issues. The morning of the Appalachia shooting, she texted her dad, "I think we're thinking the same thing."
I knew pretty well that Colt was the one that was doing it, and I knew pretty well that my dad knew too.
Jenny says Colin told her to cover for him if investigators asked whether he knew of the boy's troubles. The defense was clearly surprised by this testimony. Attorney Brian Hobbs asking if she was afraid of risking her new life with her foster family.
That's all a lot easier if your dad's convicted at trial, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
All Georgia schools will be required to install weapons detection systems at entrances under a bill passed by the State House today. Majority Leader Chuck F. Strachan says it's similar to when you enter a courthouse or government building.
Georgia's students and educators deserve similar security with weapons detection systems inside of every Georgia public school.
The bill does not require a specific type of system, but instead lets the districts decide. The measure now goes to the state Senate. Georgia moves a step closer to banning cell phones from the state's public high school classrooms. The Georgia House today approves the measure, which State Representative Scott Hilton says will have a positive impact.
Let's restore focus in our classrooms so our teachers can teach and our students can flourish socially, emotionally, and academically.
He says teachers are united in their support of this. Opponents say it makes it harder for kids to communicate with their parents in an emergency. The bill now goes to the state Senate. President Trump gives his State of the Union address tonight.
You're going to hear the president share the stories of everyday Americans who have benefited from his policies.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, but Georgia's Senator Raphael Warnock has questions.
The State of the Union is a chance for the president to address Congress about his priorities, and U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock says he'll be listening closely.
Well, I think the people of America are looking for answers.
He believes affordability remains a major concern for Georgians.
Their costs have been rising over the last year. Donald Trump promised that their costs would go down. They've been going up in large measure because of his chaotic and unfocused tariffs.
The White House says expect a long speech. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
You can hear the State of the Union tonight at 9 o'clock on WSB, followed by the Democratic response. Georgia is one of nearly 20 states asking a federal appeals court in Atlanta to preserve access to automatic license plate readers for state and local governments. The brief filed in connection with a legal challenge out of Florida notes Georgia has a law regulating law enforcement's use of technology, and State Attorney General Chris Carr argues automatic license plate readers help capture some of society's most wanted criminals. It is 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Hey, Bill, still watching this stall over on the west side perimeter. Cobb County, left lane knocked out, 285 southbound. The outer loop, South Cobb Drive, exit 15. Brake lights still back to New North Side Drive, Powers Ferry Road, exit 22. In Sandy Springs, also negative impact on 75 south. It's putting extra pressure on that ride trying to ramp onto 285 near Truist Park. 285 eastbound into Cab, still watching brake lights out of Dunwoody into Dorville. Then you'll stay slow southbound on and off the brakes in between Tucker and Clarkston. Over into Cobb County, I-20 eastbound. That's a slow ride through the work zone from 285, but improving once you clear Panola Road, exit 71. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening and not quite as chilly as temperatures fall to the mid-30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy and breezy at times with highs in the mid-60s, climbing into the low 70s by Thursday. However, cloudy skies and rain showers return Thursday along with a few rumbles of thunder. That's mainly for the evening hours. Friday, drying out with partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-60s. Saturday and Sunday, enjoy sunny skies, morning lows in the 40s, daytime highs in the upper 60s.
51 right now in Kennesaw, 49 in Loganville, and 50 in Fayetteville. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
That's right, Caiaccio. Loud and proud, 4 on the floor. Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Why are we still on this video camera? I ordered this thing to be shut off.
I can't turn it off.
Don't I have the power? Can I shut... Caiaccio, come turn this damn thing off.
Unplug it.
He was startled. He's, huh?
I have some amazing news, Eric.
Is it amazing?
It's great.
I've heard
well,
this
because this woman has been trying to get pregnant and she has been
That's
unsuccessful.
always the story. Yeah.
It's me.
It's Autumn. Autumn's pregnant.
Autumn's
I've been
pregnant.
trying for so long.
This is amazing news here from Barstool Sports. Bonnie Blue reportedly pregnant after hooking up with 400 men for a breeding mission in Spain.
Yeah, we talked about the breeding mission.
Well, it worked. Mission accomplished.
How do we know? How do we know who the father is?
DNA test.
Well, they're all going to be the dad.
Yeah, I mean, did they each?
Oh yeah,
did they?
My 400 dads.
Yeah.
Reality show.
Great show.
That's
Hey,
her.
no,
That's
I
her
thought
pivot to
great
the mainstream.
Great children's book, I thought. My 400 Days.
Yeah. No, but that's her pivot to the mainstream.
Sure. Yeah.
She won't have to do that anymore.
And we'll have a big reveal.
Yeah.
This is the actual dad. We'll start out with 400. Little baby Blue.
Oh, come here, Blue. Come here.
Come here.
Well, that's how you got Freddy Krueger back.
That is, yeah. Don't spoil the line here.
I won't.
You're gonna lose. I don't want you to use the good material here.
Okay.
So
amazing news though. She's been trying for a long time.
Congratulations,
It's,
Bonnie.
yeah, it's just
Congratulations.
it's really
You're a good mom.
That poor kid.
Yeah, well, my mom had sex with 7,000 men.
Can you top that? And by the way, as a kid, like that's cool until it isn't.
That's never.
But I don't know. If you were like 12, you might think, hey, people like I don't know. I don't know.
Your friends would make fun of you.
My mom couldn't have been further from that.
Right.
That individual. But I just see where all of a sudden like you thought it was cool somehow because you're just like getting into the world a little bit, and then all of a sudden you turn 14 and go, oh, wait a minute. No, that's awful. That's awful. I should run away from home now.
Mom? What am I watching?
Apparently, Bonnie.
Mom, are you a donut?
Well, there's a lot more where that came from, kid.
Apparently, Bonnie said that she has been using this experience to educate people about sex. So,
oh, good. That's really. You
Nobody
know what?
knows anything
You
about
know
need
what?
education
it's just
on sex.
you can see that people hardly ever have children anymore. They don't know how to get it done. It's just
Right.
a possibility that.
I want to empower all girls to have
This
sex
is-
with multiple men at the same time.
Yes, it's finally the empowerment here is just.
Technically, it's not the same time. It was one at a time.
But they're all in the same room. All 400.
Oh, but wait, wasn't it like, weren't there repeats?
No.
You know, here's the thing:
She
a lot of
doesn't do
times,
that.
a lot of times there are repeats in these situations.
No, I wouldn't be me.
All right. Well, oh, what? You'd be one of the
Like,
clean
I'm
ones,
number
like
one
like number
and
19.
47.
No, I'm too old.
So it wasn't you. It's not your kid.
No, not me.
it's not you,
I
Tim.
want to be first and last.
Yeah, right. Bookends.
Yeah.
Just, how do we live in a world where it's just like,
even-
when she throws that word empower out, there are people they're about to attack and go, oh, wait a minute, I guess.
Yeah, well, now that she said empower,
she's
it's a
owning
little
it.
different.
I guess it's probably one of those things that does empower
I
you.
mean, it's got to be an odd thing.
It's
Even
not patriarchal at all that 400 men would bed down with one woman during a few hours period. That's all about female empowerment. I
Mommy,
think
what's a breeding mission?
Well, I hope that Tourette's guy's at the AVNs. She gets her award.
Son.
I can't help it, you know. It's just one thing I do.
They're like some famous, famous.
Sasha Grey will say he meant that.
Yeah, he meant that. Nah, he meant that.
Well,
Oh,
but I
quite a
can't-
world we live in.
but I
Quite a
can't-
world.
Even for actresses, right? Like I know, like Tina and I were watching.
They're
Wolf-
actors.
Actors,
Thank you.
excuse me, actors. When
Female
we were,
actors.
We were,
What
we
were
were
you and
wa-
Tina watching?
We were watching Wolf on Wall Street last night, just
Yeah.
because it's.
I've never seen it. Is it good?
The Wolf
Of or on?
of.
I thought it's Wolf on Wall Street.
No, it's Wolf of Wall Street.
No.
Excuse me, the Wolf of Wall
That's
Street.
the porn version, is
Yes.
Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Well, we were watching the one with
Ow.
Leonardo
What
DiCaprio.
exactly were you? Ow!
Well, you know, it's-
we go to have sex with a lot of ladies.
That's right. That's when Wolfman Jack had sex with 400 women.
Oh, baby.
That's for the Wolf Man.
Not that wolf, man.
Not that Wolf Man.
it's one of those movies where you brought it up, Eric, with Top Gun, right? Like I've seen parts of it, but had not seen the whole thing through, and it's so long. Even last night we didn't finish it, but I couldn't imagine being a kid whose parent gets nude on scene. Like Margot Robbie gets nude in the movie,
Right,
Or she's nude
right,
in the movie.
right.
Well, that's
And-
different, though. I get what you're saying, but that's so different.
That's so different, Jared.
That's
But I mean,
art.
I'm not putting her in the Bonnie Blue category. I'm just saying, like, as
No,
a
but it might be kind of weird if you're a kid.
yeah, if you're a kid and you discover that, and she's
Right.
got Margot Robbie's got young kids. I'm like, how do you tell your kids
Well,
that I'm
they're
nude
an
in this?
You're an actor.
Yeah.
Made a lot of money.
Yeah. Hey, you enjoying that food?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's how I make the money. So just shut up and eat your food. No, I can see where it would be awkward. It's certainly going to take a conversation.
There's like a coaching
Slightly
class.
less awkward than if
Oh yeah, well,
Bonnie
oh,
Blue's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
OnlyFans
Yeah,
shows
yeah,
up in her kids.
oh, when you're 8
Yeah,
years
yeah.
old and your mom shows up and says, "We found the dad."
Yeah.
That's why they just overall that'd be two totally different categories here
Yeah.
with Bonnie Blue and Margot Robbie's case like last night. I just don't know how you would have that conversation. Surely there's
What
coaching.
about men that do it?
Oh, it'd
Are
be
you
the
thinking
same
about
thing.
that?
It'd be the
But
same
That's
conversation.
relatively new.
Yeah, mostly it hasn't happened until very recently that you see a lot of male nudity. It's nice to know that we can have, the men were not, they were not being represented.
Yeah.
And
We
now,
didn't see enough bananas.
when it came to genitals, men were woefully underrepresented in entertainment, and now we're finally getting some justice, right, George?
Yeah, I've had my pants off this whole show. So.
He's like, bring the cameras over here.
But yeah, well,
We saw Joaquin Phoenix in
Oh
Eddington
yeah, I forgot there was
for
that
some
scene.
reason. Oh, well, they were bathing him because of the thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Nudity, male
Huh?
or female. Nothing wrong with little male or
I think
female
there's too
nudity.
much.
If you
of it.
were nude in a movie, Autumn, and your kids discovered it, what would you say?
Well, I would have told them probably ahead of time. But if they
But at what
discover
age?
it,
What
sure.
age?
If they listen, what'd you say?
What age would you tell them? Like, I mean, you know, that's kind of like
There's
that's
no need to tell them when they're 4. They're not going to see it.
right. So like that's
Yeah,
why I'm just.
Bobby's
naked. It was just. It started. we literally paused. Tina and I paused the movie last night, and we're like, if this happened to us, and you were nude in the movie, like what? When would you say it? When
It would
would
be
you
nothing.
tell?
It would be no big deal because they see me naked anyway. You know, they see their moms naked. Boys and girls see their moms naked for way longer than they see their dads. So
Yeah,
maybe
not
that'd
me
be a lot
though.
easier.
No, I not me. I did walk in on my mom a couple times in the bathroom or whatever. But it was very quick.
terrifying.
Woo, woo, okay, all right.
Well, you remember those though. I'm
Yes.
saying like
Yeah, when you're a little kid, you see
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Why are they dragging on the rug?
no, it really. And listen, Ellie has gotten a passed down phone from me, and there was like a little boob in there, and it's like, all right.
You gotta be careful.
She's like, Mom, what is this? I'm like, well, it's a boob.
You gotta be careful with it. Who are you sending that to?
I think I just had a boob picture. I don't remember
Oh.
why.
Oh.
It might have been
Oh.
that picture of me that Tim had a million years
Oh
ago.
my goodness! Let's not get into the Hill Street Blues or whatever it was.
NYPD.
NYPD.
But you know, it's like
it was the eBay challenge. It was a different time.
Yes.
I wasn't, it's nothing. It wasn't embarrassing because
No, I know, but you don't. You're assuming that any kid would adopt the same attitude as their parent. I don't know if that's necessarily true. A kid could be more prudish than their parent based on
True.
what the other kids are saying, or if they're being jazzed at school or something like that. So, I mean, it's
I
certainly
imagine it's art for adults. Adults get naked.
Right. Yeah. I do think there's way too much of it right now. I just
There is a lot.
It's in everything. It
Man,
seems
Jared's
like.
getting so prudish.
Yeah, he should.
I was like,
He's
what
an
would
older
I
now.
tell my children?
I'm not. I just was
Your
asking.
mother and I were fully clothed when we made you.
Hey,
No.
he is literally clutching pearls right now. You can't see it, but he is.
I was just asking the question. It was a
To be
nice
naked on film.
Yamamoto household conversation.
I think the spirit of this is the millennial kind of like board game, what would you do kind of thing. You guys paused it and you had the conversation.
Well, because
what would we do in this situation?
I asked her because she had
like what's that? The crimes of.
Crimes Against Humanity.
Okay, but the
Cards
cards.
against crimes.
Like these millennials have all these games that are just supposed to just get you arguing or talking. or something like that.
But
Would
I mean,
you rather be a naked Margot Robbie and have
Yeah.
to tell your kids you were naked, or fight a million ants?
Can we play Monopoly?
I think it's quite possible that a kid might say that movie where she was naked was a lot better than that other movie, Wuthering Heights. Jeez, that sucked.
Yeah.
That was way too much of mom.
And she didn't even get naked.
Yeah. Did she get naked?
Boring.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't?
I've heard.
Rip off.
Yeah.
Well, as I've told you yesterday from the book that I found out, is they never get it on in the book. Do they get it on in the movie, or is it just a lot of making out?
I'll have to look up.
Because they push the whole sexual energy thing. But in the book, I guess they kiss, but they never get it on. They kiss.
Oh my gosh, they kissed.
I can't do it. I don't have the falsetto.
You can practice.
What song were you
Yes.
I was thinking
No,
of Prince's.
we- no one
I was
got it,
thinking
like,
of Prince's.
when we-
No, I was thinking of
What?
Prince's kiss. So he goes, kiss.
They do get it
Oh,
on in the book.
You don't have to be
Okay,
beautiful.
they get it on in the movie. It's like this movie has nothing to. The whole book is about the fact of the simmering, and it builds and it builds and it builds. I haven't read the book, but this is what I'm reading about the book, and they never do it. And in this movie, it's just like they do it and they do it and they do it over here and they do it over there. Like, make a movie like that and give it a different title.
And cast Bonnie Blue.
And right, somebody who knows
Let
what they're
her
doing.
Get it on with everybody in those Wuthering Heights.
And how about empowering the girls who are watching in the audience? I think that's the most important thing with Bonnie.
I want
Blue
Ellie
is
to be empowered.
That's right. Alex Williams is empowered when it comes to helping you get home, and he's watching 75 in Cobb.
That is correct, Eric. 75 northbound. Not a terrible ride, but there is definitely some volume starting on I-75 northbound right around Delk Road. Keep your foot close to that brake pedal until you get up to Highway 92 in Ackworth. 575 northbound, a little slow through that Bells Ferry curve approaching Highway 92, that part in Woodstock. 75 southbound also slowing, trying to get onto 285. Part of that due to a stall still in the left lane. 285 southbound, the outer loop at South Cobb Drive. 85 northbound, still pretty crowded out of DeKalb into Gwinnett County from Chamblee Tucker Road up past Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Traffic brought to you by Disney's Beauty and the Beast at the Fox Theater. Disney's Beauty and the Beast is coming to the Fox Theater May 26th through the 31st for 1 week only. Tickets are on sale now at BroadwayInAtlanta.com. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When the president heads to Capitol Hill, we've got it covered. The State of the Union. Beginning at 9 p.m. tonight, President Trump addresses a joint session of Congress.
Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation.
And you'll hear it all live, followed by Reaction with Shelley Winter. The State of the Union on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
I don't know what happened, but these days, people seem to go straight to the worst-case scenario. Okay, the garage door stops going up and down, and they think the whole thing is trash. No middle ground. It's the garbage or nothing. Perfectly good door, perfectly good motor, and you spend thousands of dollars you don't even have on a new one, instead of just fixing the part that's broken. Ugh. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. If you crash into your door, okay, we're probably going to have to replace it. But almost any other failure can be fixed with a partial repair, saving you thousands of dollars. If your door won't go up or down at all, it could just be a broken spring, and the motor and tracks are fine. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. And, don't crash into your door.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
New investigations break on Channel 2 Action News. We get problems solved, plain and simple. Every day we follow the facts.
Started digging, only to find...
Getting you the answers you need now.
We have live. Team 2 coverage.
Channel 2 never stops advocating for you.
An investigation regarding your tax dollars.
We're more than just Atlanta's news.
A warning for consumers regarding...
We've got your back all over North Georgia. See what's new, live, every day at 4, 5, and 6 on Channel 2 Action News.
Elevate your sleep experience with an adjustable bed and make everyday activities like reading, watching TV, and working in bed more comfortable. At the Original Mattress Factory, we know not all adjustable beds are created equal. You want one that has the features you actually need, like anti-snore and zero-gravity positions. We offer high-quality adjustable bases paired with a hand-built mattress, all at a factory direct value. And we have product in stock and ready when you are. Visit an OMF location to elevate your sleep experience today.
I'm Rick Jackson. My dad abandoned us. My mom was an alcoholic, so I left the projects. Shoe shining, ticket scalping, vacuum sales. I found purpose in work and built a $3 billion business. Like President Trump, I don't owe anybody anything. And like you, I'm sick of career politicians. I'm running for governor to lead America in criminal deportations, to cut income taxes in half, freeze our insane property taxes, reform the system so that anyone who can work will work, and not just sit around binge watching Netflix and eating Cheetos. I'll let law enforcement do their job. And if you're caught helping a child change their sex, you're going to jail. I'm Rick Jackson, and I'll get these done. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and choose when you want to move. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the uncertainty of a traditional home sale and sell your home fast for all cash in as little as 21 days. For 30 years, Mark Spain Real Estate has been serving families just like yours and has helped over 72,000 satisfied clients. You can trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home stress-free and for the most money. Go to markspain.com and start packing.
Spring cleaning is creeping up, so get a head start by calling Zerorez Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. You'd be surprised by the amount of dust, dander, and allergens sitting in your duct system and circulating in your home. Zerorez is the only company to trust to get your home insanely clean. Take 20% off standard cleaning services when you mention WSB or book online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. That's 20% off all cleaning services. Just mention WSB. Zerorez, spell it backwards or forwards. It's the right way to clean.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolution, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon or in stores at CVS, Wegmans, and now GNC.
You know, I made a mistake before I came to work, going through my YouTube algorithms. And one came up, and it was this guy, very well-spoken guy. And he's about my age, maybe a year older or something like that. I don't know. Wasn't like in his mid-70s or something. And he's retired. And he was talking about basically don't listen to all these lies about how horrible it's going to be once you retire. This is the worst thing for me to watch. And what he was talking about, though, he's talking about a few things. He said, until you get off the wheel, you have no idea how tired you are. Like, you have no idea how exhausted you are until you step off the wheel and just live your life. And you will be so surprised by how rejuvenated you actually can be. And he was also he had a great line about, because it was like the 4 things that are actually true about, retiring. And he had this line about once you retire, and this is not something you know beforehand, but once you retire, you stop performing, and your daily life isn't about trying to prove your value to other people, which is what you've been doing for the 40 or 50 years leading up to that. And I was watching that going, oh man, do I really want to listen to the open mic because they're mad because I said something mean about Trump? No, I really don't. I don't really even want to even know that exists, or care about it at all. So it was bad news for me right before I came to work. It's just, hey, you don't know how much fun you're missing out on.
Was it like an auto-populate, or how did you find it?
It just kind of came up in my algorithm. I don't think I've been watching things about retirement. It's not really something.
I heard you talking.
It probably did.
And fed it to you.
It probably did. That's the
Wes
scary
Moss.
thing. Yeah. They know that Wes Moss is on the show. and
Yeah.
he's in the retirement.
Gotta run.
But boy, I said, well, that's tempting. That's tempting. He said, you wake up in the morning, you have a cup of coffee, and then after it's over, you go, that was a nice cup of coffee. You're not like out the door. Like coffee isn't this thing. I got to get this in me so I can go. But that's okay. I am under contract, ladies and gentlemen.
I have so many questions. How old is this guy? What did he do for his career?
Seems the way he was explaining things seemed to be like maybe middle management. Had some things, had people over him. Not what I do for a living, which I got to admit, what I do is a pretty cool job. You want to give this away? And why is it cool? Because we get to give things away. 2 tickets to see the Australian Pink Floyd show on Sunday, July 26th at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Alex Williams is now keeping an eye on 285 in Smyrna.
Where we're watching this stall, still stuck in the left lane. Police behind it, Eric. 285 southbound, the outer loop, South Cobb Drive, exit 15, keeping you on the brakes back before I-75 and slowing 75 south, trying to ramp onto 285, so be prepared for that as you come out of Marietta. 285 southbound, the inner loop, trying to clean up into Cobb County. Still some moderate volume southbound on the inner loop into Cobb between Tucker and Clarkston. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Shelley Winter, I'm here with my friend, the owner of RJ's Auto Body Plus, Jeff Glatzer. I can't recommend them enough. They are a family-owned body shop in Marietta, operated by a husband and wife team. Jeff, talk to our listeners about what you see in the collision repair world when it comes to insurance.
What I've seen in the past 25 years is the insurance company taking control over the repair process, directing the cars to their shops, which are going to use inferior parts, cheaper parts, which will also void your factory warranty. And as a result, these shops tend to be overbooked and can delay the repairs by weeks.
So wait, who is really in charge of choosing the repair shop after an accident?
You are. Don't be fooled by what the insurance company is going to tell you. They're going to tell you we can't get to your car on time. They're going to tell you that we don't work with that shop. You're in charge. It's your vehicle. You decide where your car is repaired.
Folks, if you have been in an accident, big or small, and want to work with a family-owned body shop, I highly recommend RJ's Auto Body Plus. They work for you, not the insurance companies. Search RJ's Auto Body Plus. That's RJ's Auto Body Plus. Or call 770-955-5020. That's 770-955-5020. And please tell them Shelley Winter sent you.
Looking out your window and see a different name? Don't worry, we're still the same.
It's Ted and Jonathan. North Georgia Replacement Windows is now NG Windows. It's a positive change because the only thing changing is our name. We've been the local owners for over 20 years and plan to keep it that way.
NG Windows. Shorter name, still committed to serving you Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows.
Infinity by Marvin from NG Windows, yeah!
Atlanta homeowners, your grades are in. Hi, I'm Deborah Morton of the Agency Atlanta, host of Inside Georgia Real Estate right here on 95.5 WSB. Each Saturday, my show covers Atlanta's residential housing market and all things real estate. I've been thrilled that so many WSB listeners have taken me up on my team's offer of a complimentary home report card. This is a customized analysis on your home, a secret weapon to get more when the time comes to sell. Know your home's strengths and weaknesses, learn how it stacks up against your competition, and the best time to sell. When it's time to move, you'll know how to net more money. Spring selling season has already started, so if you're thinking about putting your home on the market, let me send you the Agency Atlanta's free home report card. It's invaluable information, it's free, and there are no strings attached. Go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com today to connect with us at the Agency Atlanta. That's InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News, weather,
Traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio, news sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, we have an update on an officer-involved shooting in Buckhead. WSB's Michelle Wright reports live that GBI is investigating the shooting at an apartment complex on Lenox Road.
That's right, Bill. According to Atlanta police, a woman called 911 to report a male she'd recently met was armed with a knife and damaged some of her property. The man then left and returned a short time later, still armed with that knife. He encountered a maintenance man who also felt threatened. Officers arrived on the scene and gave repeated commands to the suspect to drop the weapon. Police say he didn't drop it and lunged at them. That's when he was shot. The suspect is described as a 59-year-old male. He was taken to the hospital in critical but stable condition. The investigation into this incident remains in its early stages, Bill.
52 degrees in Atlanta, trending warmer tomorrow before the rain returns. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. Georgia's public high school students may soon have to put away their phones in class as a bill advances under the Gold Dome.
The legislation expands the current K-8 cell phone ban to include high schools. Representative Scott Hilton says teachers are behind the proposal.
The data is clear. 3,000 teachers across 155 counties told us that 96% of those teachers say cell phones are interfering with learning.
Opponents argue that the measure will limit parents' ability to communicate with their kids during the school day, and it means teachers will have to enforce the policy. The measure now awaits a Senate vote. At the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A desperate mother pleads for help as her 16-year-old daughter has been missing now for almost a week. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is putting out an alert for Zyla Velasquez. Her mother, Nakia Moore, says Zyla was last seen on the morning of February 18th after becoming distracted while taking out the trash.
She looked at someone she didn't know, but didn't feel threatened at that moment by, may have looked familiar to her, someone possibly in the neighborhood that she's seen before.
If you have any information about Zyla, contact Gwinnett County Police. We have posted the girl's photo on our website and the WSB radio app. At the Colin Gray trial in Barrow County, the sister of the alleged Appalachia High School shooter takes the stand today. Jenny Gray is 14 years old and testifies about her brother having a gun.
Were you concerned about Colt having access to guns?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you ever talk to Colin about that?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you ever talk to him specifically about taking the gun away from Colt?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he ever do that?
No, ma'am.
The boy's father, Colin Gray, is on trial facing 29 felony counts connected to the school shooting, which left 4 people dead. A top official at Atlanta's High Museum of Art resigns after he's accused of stealing about $600,000 from the organization. A statement from the Woodruff Arts Center says financial irregularities were first identified in December, and after an independent review, it became clear the money was stolen. They say the review traced the irregularities back to the museum's COO, Brady Lum. The case has now been turned over to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Atlanta for potential criminal prosecution. Data shows 6 in 10 of Georgia's third graders cannot read on grade level, and the Georgia House approves legislation to address literacy problems in the state.
Reading is fundamental to learning.
House Education Committee Chairman Chris Irwin says they want kids to start earlier. The comprehensive measure includes funding for literacy coaches to help students in kindergarten to 3rd grade. President Trump delivers his State of the Union speech tonight. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock will be there and says the president must address rising costs for Americans.
People's costs have gone up. Ask anybody who shops for groceries.
Several Democrats are planning to boycott the speech, which could last for over 2 hours. You can hear the State of the Union tonight live at 9 o'clock here on WSB, followed by the Democratic response. It is 6:34. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And in the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Still watching this stall on the west side outer loop, Smyrna, Bill, 285 southbound, the outer loop, South Cobb Drive, exit number 15. It is blocking the left lane, and it is slowing the ride back up to I-75, as well as impacting the 75 south ride trying to get on to I-285. Elsewhere, I-85 northbound out of DeKalb and Gwinnett. Still watching a little bit of a crowd there from I-285, but improving once you get north of Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Secondary slow zone. It's a brief one between Duluth and Swanee, improving past Highway 317 Lawrenceville-Swanee Road. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Fair skies this evening and not quite as chilly as temperatures fall to the mid-30s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy and breezy at times with highs in the mid-60s, climbing into the low 70s by Thursday. However, cloudy skies and rain showers return Thursday along with a few rumbles of thunder. That's mainly for the evening hours. Friday, drying out with partly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-60s. Saturday and Sunday, enjoy sunny skies, morning lows in the 40s, daytime highs in the upper 60s.
Right now it's 50 in Noonan, 51 in Midtown Atlanta, and 49 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
When you decide to buy a natural diamond, remember Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort is an authorized Hearts on Fire jeweler. Every Hearts on Fire diamond is a piece of art, carefully and thoughtfully selected and crafted, worthy of the kind of special occasions that come along a few times in a lifetime. My friends at Tara Fine Jewelry will show you how to accurately compare diamonds with their famous personal service, so you'll know you're making a good decision. You'll see why I've been a Tara Fine Jewelry customer for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry in Beaufort.
New investigations break on Channel 2 Action News. We get problems solved, plain and simple. Every day we follow the facts.
Started digging, only to find...
Getting you the answers you need now.
We have live. Team 2 coverage.
Channel 2 never stops advocating for you.
An investigation regarding your tax dollars.
We're more than just Atlanta's news.
A warning for consumers regarding...
We've got your back all over North Georgia. See what's new, live every day at 4, 5, and 6 on Channel 2 Action News.
Sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and choose when you want to move. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
What if you could buy a flippable, two-sided mattress made with the finest materials that cost less than other luxury brands? This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory, and this is exactly what you'll find with our new Orthos line, available exclusively at OMF. We build these by hand using premium materials like wool and cotton. It's old-world craftsmanship with modern comfort, our most extraordinary sleep system. Built locally at a price other luxury brands just can't match. Visit the Original Mattress Factory and experience the Orthos line for yourself.
So Homeland Security came out with a thing that said that some Democrats are bringing illegal aliens to the State of the Union address.
Yeah, just to
we
make
don't
it
know
more
if
of
it's
a
true
show.
or not. I mean, it might be the Department of Homeland Security is pumping that up. When
right,
I have no idea. I don't know.
Put
or
that
trust
out there. Do it.
anything. I don't, but it wouldn't surprise me that the whole thing is spectacle. It wouldn't surprise me that the what used to be called the loyal opposition, the party out of power, wouldn't really get the point. The point is not any individual policy goal. Trump was elected, and one of the huge issues was that the borders are wide open and something needed to be done about it. That's a real thing. The problem isn't that he would follow through on a promise that was made during a campaign that he won. The problem is the way it's being done. The problem is that it's not constitutional. The problem is that if you decide that you can throw away the Constitution anytime at all, then that means there's no reason for the Constitution, and you end up being a country where, and both sides, and this is where we are. We saw it in the Biden administration. We see it now to more of an extreme, certainly, but we become a country that believes that the ends justify the means. And the ends justifying the means is the most polar opposite of what the Constitution of the United States stands for. It is the process. You know, when your favorite football team is doing well, and you say what the coach says to the players. What does the coach say to the players? He says, trust the process. Why does the coach say that? Trust the process. Because the truth is, if you're a defensive end or you're a guard, you may not understand why you're doing your thing over and over again. The coach doesn't have the time to sit down with every single player and explain the macro plan. So he says, trust the process. And that's the way it should be about the Constitution. Every individual may not understand how the Constitution is working for them on any given policy or behavior or social situation. But the point is, you put your trust in the Constitution as a long bet. In the long run, we have to stay true to this Constitution. Doesn't mean life is going to be perfect. Doesn't mean we're going to get every single thing right. But if we start getting rid of the Constitution because, well, the ends justify the means, we just have to do this because it just has to be done, and we're going to have to push the Constitution aside, then you end up as the ends justify the means kind of country. And that's what we're seeing now. And now finally the world is pushing back and just saying, you know what? Hey, we're not even going to meet with you anymore. Place whatever tariffs you're going to place. Do whatever you're going to do. Because a year into the second administration, we realize we can exhaust all of this energy negotiating and coming up with a deal. And then the president might wake up at 2:30 in the morning, be in a mood, and just decide to raise our tariffs. So we're not going to waste that time and energy. We're just not going to deal with this anymore. Tell us what the tariffs are. We're done negotiating. Because they recognize that that's where we are now. We're not right now. I mean, the Constitution's making a little bit of comeback this week. But that's what we are. Once you're an ends justify the means person or society or nation, nobody can make true deals with you. Because you could decide 3 weeks later, this ain't working for us. And I know protocols. We're not supposed to break these treaties, but this is not working. Trust the process. The process outside of locker rooms and in the nation is called the Constitution of the United States. You may not always understand how it's helping you in this particular case, but the evidence is in. If everybody trusts the process, you live in a stable country, not a country that people can't figure out that are trying to negotiate with you, and that many people that are in the country itself cannot figure out. It's not normal for the President of the United States to surprise you on a daily basis. That does not lead to stable countries.
It's not Christmas every day.
Yeah, it's not. A new thing, a new wrinkle. And now we're about to possibly go to war with Iran. Really? We're trusting this bunch? Hegseth? Does anybody believe that if we got into a long, protracted war, which hopefully we won't, that Trump is not the kind of president that will criticize generals who lost the last battle? Or do you believe for a moment that your president right now wouldn't, if we lost a battle somewhere, do you believe for a moment this guy wouldn't go on and post about what a train wreck this general is? And you know that, I don't know exactly how much it is, but I know for the first couple of years of the Civil War, the North lost a lot of battles.
They did. Yeah,
and the
first
president,
2 years were bad.
The general wouldn't move.
McClellan wouldn't move, and Lincoln said, "If you're not busy using the army, do you mind if I borrow it?"
If I borrow it, right? And there were a lot of battles that everybody assumed the North was going to win.
They lost the first
so
one.
Much so, right? Was that Bull Run? What's the first one?
It was either Antietam or Bull Run. I don't remember exactly.
But they had people. The North took it so lightly that there were people who were picnicking.
Yeah, they were spectators.
To watch it. They didn't. They thought, oh, this is going to be no problem, and so obviously the North went on to win the war, but it started out not looking good, with losing battles that they on paper should not have lost. Now, at a time like that, when you're in that kind of war, the last thing in the world you need is a president who's decided that they're a commentator on Monday Night Football throughout this whole thing.
And Lincoln wasn't that.
No, he wasn't that. He made that comment to like the Secretary of War or something like that. It was a different world, let's face it. The president wasn't in your face on a daily basis, even
Lincoln
in a time of war.
Lincoln didn't have social media? He didn't go on Truth?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It was a little bit before. He was a little bit before
that.
that.
The fact that it was prolonged is what helped the Union
Yes.
overall, because they had manufacturing base in the North,
Right.
which they didn't have in the South.
Yeah, they were able to choke the South out.
Population.
Right. So if you suddenly we get ourselves into a protracted war, and the president starts, posting about generals and strategy and whatever, the way that he goes after the Fed, because. By the way, I know that was like a while ago and 9 billion things happened, but that was novel. Presidents don't do that before this president.
And China and Russia will do to us there what we have in Europe have been doing to Russia in Ukraine, bogging us down.
Well, yeah, it could go long. I don't know. First of all, let me get on the record. There is absolutely no good reason to go to war with Iran. Not one. Not one. You're being led by the neocons. How's that worked out in the past? Did you enjoy Afghanistan? Was Iraq a hoot for you? There's 93 million people who live in that country. I'm not going to pretend I know what they're thinking because my favorite radio person or influencer told me that. You see, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to assume, you hear these neocons, you'd think that the Iranians are out there in the streets begging the United States to come bomb them.
It does seem like that. I've seen a lot of people that have been posting
Sounds
comments
like
that.
Afghanistan, sounds like Iraq.
And how do we know how many people that they have killed? We don't know that.
Oh, beyond that, who cares? If the Iranian people want a new government, let the Iranian people do what the American people did with King George back in the 1700s. Our job is just to manage the situation
I also
to our benefit, not, and the idea, if you believe that they're 14 minutes from getting a nuke, you've been lied to. But you know what? I've been lied to at times. And when I was in a war fever, I would disregard that as well. So I actually believed it when W said they hate us for our freedom. What a ridiculous thing that an 8-year-old should be able to say. That's absurd. But I believed it in my 40s. I believed it. Anyway, go ahead.
When you're negotiating with another country, I'm not.
We got to hurry. Hold on. Let's do this and come back because it's 46 and we'll have no time.
I will give my theory about the.
Yes, that's the tease.
One of my issues with the negotiating tactics with Iran right now.
What, the gunboat diplomacy?
Yes,
as they call it.
Yes.
Make a deal or we'll shoot you in the head. Okay, that's negotiating. Listen, Iran. If I was in Iran, I would not want this leadership. I don't think the Iranian leadership is good leadership. But there's all kinds of bad leadership around the world. And they're not 4 minutes from getting the nuke. That's a lie. Alex Williams is taking one last look downtown.
Absolutely, Eric, and still slow, getting better, but still slow. Southbound into Midtown and downtown from the 85-400 merge, even a little sluggish behind that on 400 South, leaving Lennox Road and Buckhead. Delays are going to stick with you until you make your way past Cortlandt Street, improving as you get closer to I-20. Stall just cleared West Side Outer Loop, 285 northbound at Memorial Drive, and still in the left lane with the other stall on the west side in Smyrna, 285 southbound at South Cobb Drive, exit 15. Traffic brought to you by Disney's Beauty and the Beast at the Fox Theater. Disney's Beauty and the Beast is coming to the Fox Theater May 26th through the 31st for 1 week only. Tickets are on sale now at BroadwayInAtlanta.com. Next report in less than 10 minutes from the TrustDale.com 24-hour traffic center. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It doesn't have to be like this.
The second crash we're dealing with this morning.
Don't have to put up with
Use
it.
Covington Highway as your alternate.
You don't have to sit in it.
Travel advisory in Sandy Springs.
And you don't have to look at your phone to get out of it.
It is Atlanta traffic, and getting you out of it is what we do
Consider
best.
using Buford Highway or Satellite Boulevard.
Updated traffic as often as you need.
Traffic is at a crawl.
From local traffic reporters you trust 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Triple Team Traffic.
95.5 WSB.
How Atlanta gets there.
Flowers and chocolates are
okay, but an insanely clean home from Zerorez Carpet Cleaning is sure to impress your loved one. Only Zerorez uses ZR water to clean your carpets and other surfaces without harsh chemicals. To make things sweeter, they leave zero residue behind, so your carpets stay cleaner longer, which means soft and fluffy carpets. Right now, take 20% off Zerorez standard cleaning services when you mention WSB or book online at ZerorezAtlanta.com. Zerorez, spell it backwards or forwards, it's the right way to clean.
Hey guys, are you striking out in the bedroom? Because pills like Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra just don't work anymore. Here's how Choice Men's Health is solving PE and ED issues. Meet Dr. Katz, the expert in men's health.
Hi, I'm Dr. Katz, Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Choice Men's Health offers safe, custom-blended medications designed to fit your needs. There is no pain or surgery. It doesn't matter how old you are or if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate issues. Not a problem. It's safe and affordable for everyone. You'll see results in 15 minutes guaranteed, or you don't pay anything. Solve the problem of ED and PE now.
For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are free. Call 404-383-4419. That's 404-383-4419 to claim your initial consultation and first treatment for free. Call Choice Men's Health now. 404-383-4419.
I'm Rick Jackson. My dad abandoned us. My mom was an alcoholic, so I left the projects. Shoe shining, ticket scalping, vacuum sales. I found purpose in work and built a $3 billion business. Like President Trump, I don't owe anybody anything. And like you, I'm sick of career politicians. I'm running for governor to lead America in criminal deportations, to cut income taxes in half, freeze our insane property taxes, reform the system so that anyone who can work will work, and not just sit around binge watching Netflix and eating Cheetos. I'll let law enforcement do their job. And if you're caught helping a child change their sex, you're going to jail. I'm Rick Jackson, and I'll get these done. Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy and your car can be picked up by tomorrow. Call now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
If you're like most Americans nearing retirement with money in a 401k or IRA, then listen carefully. The U.S. dollar is under pressure. Foreign nations are reducing reliance on the dollar, and some analysts are openly warning about the long-term stability of U.S. currency dominance. Whether you call it currency debasement or the collapse of the dollar, the risk is real. And when confidence in the U.S. dollar shifts, gold and silver historically respond. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 to get your free gold investment kit. You'll also receive a free copy of Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. Most American retirement accounts are dramatically under-allocated to precious metals, even as central banks continue buying gold at record levels. Many Americans are rolling over a portion of their retirement savings into physical gold and silver, tax and penalty-free with Advantage Gold. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000. Results vary. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Congratulations to Michelle Shalpak of Marietta. Won 2 tickets to the Australian Pink Floyd show on Sunday, July 26th at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. All right, very quickly, I'm done with the politics.
Oh man, I was going to ask about that. So the gunboat diplomacy. I just, in my opinion, looking at how negotiations work, if you keep putting more carriers and more battleships in position to attack another country, it just doesn't seem like you're serious about actually negotiating with them.
Remember, the last time we were negotiating with Iran, didn't we kill the negotiators at one point? Am I conflating stories? I think the last time we ended up actually, the people who were negotiating for Iran ended up being killed, I believe.
Got killed in Qatar.
Yes, I believe. So, and I think what's going on here is if it is about deterrence, Iran has to be thinking that this buildup looks a lot like what happened in Venezuela. And so we're trying to make them fear that we're going to go chop the head off the top of the leadership or something. But Venezuela and Iran are two very different countries with, first of all, does Venezuela have a real military that can fight other countries? I don't even know. So, well, I meant to end it on the fact that Kirk Cousins is going to be let go.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I get why the Falcons did it. I mean, they had to free up some money.
Yeah.
And
it's also good for him to do it quick so he can go make money someplace else.
And also, people forget, though, Kirk Cousins was 12-10 as a Falcon. Everybody assumes that he was bad.
No, he won 5 games. 5 of 7 games that he started last year. So
12-10 total as a starter.
In the story, though, I get the sense that Matt Ryan isn't buying into Penix just yet either.
No, he's not.
So who knows what's going to happen. But I think it was inevitable with Kirk Cousins, that whole thing. But you know what? Look, Kirk, if you're listening, you made a lot of money. Things could be worse.
Yeah.
You made a lot of money.
And now the Falcons have some money to spend and can hopefully find the bridge until Penix is healthy, and hopefully Penix ends up being the MVP that everybody thought he was going to be.
Did everybody think that? Well,
yeah.
let's hope it. You know what? Let's hope it all comes true.
Yeah.
All right. Shelley Winter is up next. He's got a great radio show for you. Now, he's going to be on until State of the Union, right?
And
then after the State of the Union, he'll be back.
Long night, brother.
He had like 4 tacos. I'm like, what's going on? He says, well, I'm here until 1. So he's eating 2 now and 2 later.
Got a Shelley sandwich there. State of the Union in between.
Oh, yeah. Have a bite.
All right. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Have another big radio show for you. Until then, continue on your journey. Don't piss off the genie.
656, Trustdale.com, 24-hour traffic center. Tow truck finally on the scene to clear this.